YouTube. What's good, what's good, what's good? Alright, so I want to get my intakes on how to appeal inauthentic and how to also appeal reuse content. So I was hitting reuse content back last year, and yeah, so my valid public hours is still going up, but y'all can see it. But when we hit 3,000, I'm going to reapply. But these are my intakes, and I think this is how I really think y'all should look at it, because, and I'm seeing a lot of these channels that our YouTube is really cracking down on. So yeah, and I was also scanning over here for monetization checker, seeing if many channels monetize. You see, this is delayed, but yeah. All right, so I see a lot of these channels got hit with inauthentic lately. So content appears to be mass-produced, repetitive to increase views without adding significant educational value or other value. All right, so what YouTube is slightly doing, and so let's say this. All right, so let's say y'all got y'all started a channel like this. YouTube is looking at it like a personal brand. They're looking at it like a personal brand, but you're a faceless brand. You're a faceless creator. You don't gotta post your face, and you should look at it too like that. But yeah. All right, so I'm gonna explain my intakes on it, and you shouldn't look at YouTube like it's a planning system. You should look at YouTube like it's a business model, because every faceless channel you run is a business behind it. It's a business model channel. So you're not there to produce stuff really quick, and you're not there to really gain or overgain a system. So I'm gonna get my intakes on it, and I'm gonna get my intakes how to appeal it, and I'm gonna get my intakes how to overbeat it. And yeah, so before I recorded this video, I was basically over here. I created a whole spreadsheet, Tyrese. I created how to appeal inauthentic 2026 full course, and this video might be over 1 hour. So here's what you should do: 1 to 5 minutes look templated the same. 20 videos perform better. If all your 100 videos look the same and YouTube can't see a minimum change, minimum difference. What I mean by minimum difference, and what these other gurus won't explain, but I'm going to react to 2 guru videos towards the end of this video, so stay tuned. But yeah, all right. So what the minimum change that YouTube want to see is, YouTube want to see this. They don't care that you're doing horror or whatever. I'm gonna say this: this niche ain't longevity. The niche like this, inauthentic. In my turn right now, this niche is not going to be around for as long as you want it. But you should look at it like this. So you should look at it like this. You need to have good stuff on the screen, and it can be repetitive. It can't look repetitive, and you could keep the same thumbnail format. Keep the same thumbnail format. What you need to do is change the background image, change the left side of the text, just like this prompt guy. So what I'm gonna do is go to a new gym, and y'all can do this as well, but this is safety part of it. So what I'm gonna do is I want y'all to go to a new gym. I want y'all to just basically create a whole new gym. So we're gonna create a whole new gym. We're gonna name it as Tyrese Inauthentic Appeal. So Inauthentic Appeal folder. That's what we're gonna name it as, and this will be the Inauthentic Appeal folder. Inauthentic Appeal folder. All right, so we're gonna go to here. We're gonna go to save. We're gonna go to start chat, and the first thing is this file will be left in the description below. So what I want you to do is any channel you're looking at, your channel, whatever. This will be a full-hour course. So what I want you to do is, I want you to look at. So what I'm gonna do is I want you to come over to these competitor channels. So whatever your competitor is, I want you to just look at the slightly change of it. Look at the slightly change. So we're gonna come up. We're gonna screenshot this, and yeah. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna paste this. Well, and also what I'm gonna do, and like I said, YouTube. I treat YouTube like a business model, and I wouldn't be as big as I am today. So if I didn't know shit, so don't come at me thinking, oh nah, fuck you, bitch. You don't tell me what to do, nigga. I'm a motherfucking coach. I'm your motherfucking coach, nigga. I put you in your lane, nigga. The fuck you think this is, bitch? But yeah, all right. So as yourself, and I'm sorry for that. As yourself, a pattern. What do you see? Do you see a slightly change? If you don't see a slightly change yourself, why YouTube employees will see a slightly change? And also, so yeah, this will be in the description below. So what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna come over to one of my channels. So I have a lot of channels I run. I have multiple channels. Like I said, I run the goal is running me more than 150 channels, and I'm gonna tell you about linking out channels. So what you want to do too is you want to get separate Gmail accounts. So when you link all your accounts together, if one get hit, every single fucking channel, every single thing on your channel is gone. Gone with the amount of seconds of it. So, yeah. And also, what I'm going to explain to y'all is the scripts. So, this is how the script framework works, how the script framework, which you should follow, which you should look for, and yeah. So, like I said, and after this, after I post this full breakdown of me showing y'all how to actually appeal inauthentic, I'm gonna finish giving y'all this tour right here. But I basically seen a lot of these channels get hit inauthentic, and like I said, your business is on the line. You gotta treat YouTube like a business. If you lose your fucking channel, your money you made from that's gone. Everything you made from it's gone. And I seen nobody on YouTube really brought this to the attention. All right, so I basically want to tell y'all is the minimum thing right here that really matters is the scripts and the templated thumbnails. That's what they're looking at the most. And the titles, the title formats. All right, so what I'm going to do is go to this, and I'm going to basically cover what I mean by this. So what I'm going to do is also, I'm going to come to overview. I'm going to come to details. And I'm going to also go to here. I'm going to also download this. So what I'm going to do is download this. I'm going to download this thumbnail, and I'm going to give it to AI. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do. And I made this on Photoshop. If you go back to one of my streams on one of my channels, you can see me making it. I got over more than 500 streams on my channel. But what I'm going to do is screenshot this. And what I mean by I'm screenshotting this, I'm going to show y'all slightly what I'm going to do. All right, so here's what y'all should do. If you're going to use stuff like this, what we got to do is we can't use the same exact image. We got to get different characters. We got to get different sides of the image. This becomes repetitive. So this is what YouTube really is looking at. So that's why I stopped myself. But you see, when I got to push 13K views, 1.1K, and all my stuff start flatlining, it's because YouTube's seeing the minimum change. They seeing that it looks same template, and this is what's happening in most channels. So yeah, so and I'm covering it. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is basically, so that's my Coco Golf channel. My competitor's channel. Let's look at another competitor's channel, for example. So we're gonna look at another competitor's channel, for example, and this will be the full course for everything y'all need to know. So, and I'm gonna try to include as much stuff as I could in this course. But what I basically want y'all to do is look and see if channels are monetized. So before you enter these, and also what I want y'all to do too is avoid using ChatGPT for your scripts. If you're gonna get scripts, use deep research, and I'm gonna go over that. I'm gonna go over that, how to get high quality scripts, how to make sure scripts are being pulled in for articles, how to make sure scripts aren't inauthentic, how to make sure your scripts aren't falling behind various patterns, and make sure you're not going to have risk too, so you don't get banned. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring it this, and we're going to bring like 2 to 3 of our competitors. So you see there's one of our competitors right here, so we'll screenshot this. We're going to give this to AI, and I'm going to say that is 2 other of my competitors on the thing next to my tennis verse channel. And what I want you to do is attach this file to your Gemini chat, ChatGPT chat. And what you're going to do is just type this. So that's my channel right here, another competitor. And for example, and I was going to read it out. It says, looking at your tennisverse channel compared to this tennisverse, you have a strong foundation, but the clear and authentic trap is you are failing into avoiding. So here's the thing, the minimum change that we're doing. So visual virality, different players, expressions, poses using the same Coco Golf image cutout every single time is inauthentic. So what I mean by inauthentic is we can't use that no more. So what I'm going to have it do is create me a thumbnail, for example. So create me a thumbnail of what you mean. Create me a thumbnail and 2 variations of what you mean by templated and not inauthentic. Show me 2 difference. Create me 2 images, 1280 x 720p. Here's my old thumbnail. So we give it our old thumbnail. It's going to give us our prompt. And what this prompt is going to do is say option 1, high stakes room, option 2. So what it's going to now do is basically create us a thumbnail. So it's going to say, yeah, so this is the design 1 match. And what we're going to do is basically come in here and we're going to basically do, so you see right here, so prompt, visual strategy. Instead of portions, what I'm going to have it do is I'm going to come over to basically create. I'm gonna come and create, and what I'm gonna do is copy everything that it says right here. Literally copy everything that it says. Copy and paste what I'm doing, please. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and I'm gonna tell it, make me 2 examples. So I'm gonna come to this, and like I said, my other PC's in the shop. I'm using one of my PCs right now. My PC isn't that good of a quality, but I want to explain this as best as I could for y'all. So what we're going to do is hit enter. You're going to see a square thing. And now what's going to do is create the thumbnail. So you see, to avoid this inauthentic content flag, it says you must move from the identical templates where you only use text. And it says 1280. No. So we want to change both. We want to change both. Basically both things. So we want to change the character. We want to change this right here, and we want to also change this text. We can stay in the style using breaking news. We can use breaking news, but I'm gonna basically explain it to y'all. So, like I said, you can stay in the same template of style. There's nothing wrong with the style. It's just the minimum changes you're making in the thumbnail. You see right here. So what I'm gonna have to do is, all right. So there's no problem with me. So if that breaking news style already got an 8% CTR, I see no problem with YouTube with me staying with that same style. What they're cracking down is the same images, same cutouts, and you're not adding different images into making the thumbnail different than it already is, and that's templated. That's repetitive right there. So YouTube is really looking at that. So like I said, we can stay in a breaking news style. You could give me another variation. I want to stick to the style because if it worked before, it's going to keep working. I don't want to change up the style. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to this, and we're going to basically paste this right here. And what we're going to do is hit the airplane icon. And you're going to see squares loading. And what it's going to do is follow. All right, so it says you are exactly 8% right here. So it says the inauthentic trap isn't about the style, isn't about the banner. It's specifically about the pixels repetition. So you can see right here how to keep your winning strategy style. So you see, so what I'm going to have it do is I'm going to come to this, and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to create this. I'm going to give it this example. So I'm going to come to this. I'm going to paste this here. And I'm going to click the airplane icon. So, yeah. And like I said, if you don't like this 1 hour video, it's about to be a full 1 hour course. Like this guru did right here in long form. You see he had 60K subscribers, 66 videos. But I have more videos out than him on my main channel. So you see 2 weeks ago, 100K views, which is crazy to me. Now YouTube is still pushing him. But I'm not in comparison to gurus. Fuck the gurus. They're my competition. But yeah, let's focus on this shit. All right, so you see this right here. So this is... Here are the matches. So what we're going to do is here are the details. So we're going to basically copy this, download this. We're going to paste this here. And what we're going to do is get a picture of Coco Golf. So we're going to go to Coco Golf. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google. Coco Golf. And we want to go to ones with interview. So we want to go with ones with interview, ones with... We can use this for example. So, yeah, this should be good. No. I'm going to say looking straight. We want one that's looking straight, that's looking professional. We don't want one that looks templated, looks bad, and these looks real professional. So, out of these two, I'm going to have it pick one for the template. So, I'm going to have it... So, use one of Coco Golf's images... Cut it out, add it to the thumbnail. Use the breaking news style. Like I said, there's no wrong with using the breaking news style. There's nothing wrong with using the style. It's just the minimum changes. It looks like the same template of stuff, but no images on it are being changed. And it's not making it original like what it should be. So yeah. So like I said, we got a lot of examples we could pick from, but I gave it these 2 examples. So now what it's going to do is try to create me a thumbnail. So it's going to try to create me a thumbnail, but yeah. Alright, so I'm going to be right back. Just give me a few seconds, chat, while give me a water, and yeah. Alright, I'm back. I was going to give me a water. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so I want to basically explain this to y'all that the style we're doing doesn't matter. It's not hurting it at all. It's just YouTube is looking at this. They want to see something that's like this professional. Like you see the arrow, you see the square, and you see they broke the deal. So what we're gonna do is you want to. So if you're let's say if we're replicating a video like this. Let's say if we're replicating one of our competitors' videos, and what we're going to slightly do is we're going to use the same script structure I use for my other videos. So you see editor right here, and what we're going to be doing for the script is using we're going to use Gemini. So we're going to use Coco Golf, just share it. We're going to use the same structure, and yeah. So what we're going to do is get one of our. So you see, well, YouTube is really cracking down on it, and y'all gotta look at it as a really a business standard. What they're cracking down on is these look all the same, templated stuff. No variations are added to it. It's not making it different than the original one, and it's not becoming authentic. And YouTube looks at this. So, like I said, I was in the old 2K days. I've been doing YouTube for a while. So you see 15K, 3K, 13K, 2K, and yeah. Before my old 2K channel got banned, I had a lot of consistent views, but I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this, because YouTube now ruled out that update. I feel like that update was a great update, but I feel like they fucked up a bit on it. So that's why I'm giving my intakes on it, which I should do, and how to overcome this, and how to overbeat this, and how to not look like you're gonna be a repetition. You're gonna get hit with spam. So what you movie want to do, and most of y'all should look at this like a business, YouTube as a business standard. So what you should do is, if you're going to replicate any of these videos, what I'm going to tell you how to do is, we're going to go to Google. You know what? We're going to go to Google. Coco Golf. And fucking ideas from these channels. What we could do, I'm going to show you the best part about this. So we're going to go to one of these news articles. You see 3 days ago, 1 day ago. All right. So you see this right here, 1 day ago, right? What I'm going to have y'all do is, I'm going to copy and paste this here. And I'm gonna have y'all give a screenshot like to this channel, but I'm gonna show y'all what we're gonna do. So we're gonna come to here, and what we're gonna do at the top is basically type this. So I want to say keep this. I'm gonna say just keep the same style right here. So we're gonna basically go to this, Control C this, copy this here. All right. So yeah, it's not letting me. For some reason, I'm gonna have to do this. Control C and Control V. Control V. Alright, so that should work. Keep this. So, read through this article. Keep the same style. Use what worked. But here's my competitor. His is templated, not looking good. I like how you did mine's, but change the text on the thumbnail, and I want to give you more images. So let's say this for example. So let's basically go to there, and let's say Andy did this, and you don't know who she is. You don't know. Let's say we're basically replicating from an article, and we don't know who this is right here. And this is what I should really look at. So what YouTube is looking at is your text right here, 12.720p. What it's going to look at is this. So you see the hook. Your competitor's tennis verse using the same, which is repetitive. And next upload batch. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to Google. What we're going to do is now go over to this. And what I mean by this, I mean we got to go to here. So you see Annie Roddick. So Coco Golf and her and him had news. So what we're going to do is get one of our pictures of Andy. So we're going to get one of the pictures of Andy. All right, so this could work. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically give it this. And what we're going to do is now, so let's say since the idea changed, you got to now get a new image of Coco Golf. You don't want to use the same image over and over again. And like I said, I'm about to apply this strategy to most of my channels, and I won't get hit. I won't get hit, and you want to know why I won't get hit? Because all my scripts won't come out the same. I could use the same structure. I'm making new words at the beginning of it. That's what YouTube really looks for. And YouTube looks for the text is being put on the thumbnails, and it looks for the template and stuff, and it looks for if it's being changed from the minimum one. And how can you, like, let's say this. If I was reviewing this and I was a human being and you was reviewing this too, can you see a minimum change of this thumbnail? Yes, you could. And the answer and the thing we would say in court, if you was to go to court, yes, you could. If the judge, let's say this, if the judge arrested you for a murder charge and they have temporary no evidence that you murdered that person, and they can't find no evidence in the real, they searched your phone, they gotta let you out on some cost. So, yeah. So it goes to, they don't just let you out like that. You gotta go to trial, court, and etc. many more, bro. Once they seize all your devices and they see that you had some, like you seen David. David tried to lie about him not being a victim to Celeste murder, and they scanned through his phone. They found child P on it. I don't want to say that word. That's a weird ass word. That dude is a weirdo for that shit. But yeah, and you're not a victim. You're no different than they pulling up more evidence. Same with your YouTube channel, but way different. But what YouTube is looking at the minimum changes of these thumbnails. All these thumbnails looking slightly different from your original one, and it's not the editing. It's these templated content. I'm telling y'all, bro. YouTube is so, bro. I've been working with YouTube for a while, and I'm cool with a lot of YouTube employees. I got connections to insiders at YouTube, a lot of YouTube reps. But yeah, but one thing I want to say, bro, is YouTube is looking at these minimum changes, and they are cracking down on this shit like crazy. That's why I'm happy to really give y'all this video. I'm happy to really cover this, and I'm happy to really come out as a man and speak on this so I could basically overbeat this so this don't happen to y'all again. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, you see this right here. So if you can see the minimum change of this, and it looks way different from the original one. Now that's what you call transformative, and you gotta change this text right. You can use breaking news. You just change the text. There's no problem with you using the same template. It's just these thumbnails, bro, are looking. It's like when you're using the same. Let me show you. When you're using the same image over and over and over again, that's when it become a problem. That's when it become a problem. That's when YouTube rules it as templated. You're not changing slightly changes to it. It's not looking different than the original one. All right, so yeah, so you see this right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come to an article. So this is real news that this is happening, and what you want to do too is avoid trying to replicate from competitors' channels you see in outliers, because the mostly thing of these competitors, what these competitors could do is get fake stories and fake friction made up scripts, and they can make your channel look bad, and you're at risk of inauthentic. You're at risk of inauthentic, and you're at risk of YouTube putting you on a roadmap to not monetize you. YouTube want to see educational content where viewers are more likely learning value from. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is go to this, and it could be entertainment content, whatever. So this was the article idea. Here's the two different images I found of Quavo Wolf. And what we're gonna do is basically come to this template right here. Come to this template. And like I said, YouTube has no problem with you using the same template of your channel. What they want is minimum changes. They want minimum changes. They want you to change it from the original one. And they don't want it to look like it looks the same related thing, same idea thing. And if you have one style, you have one thumbnail format, you could argue not appeal. Yes, that goes with my channel format. I'm making sure every single thumbnail comes out slightly different than the original one. But if it don't look slightly different, then that's when you fuck up. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is create me a thumbnail. Create me a thumbnail and gather some news from that article. That's where most channels fuck up, and they think, oh, bro, because I'm fun and doing this. Nah, it's because your template and stuff looks slightly changed, and it don't look authentic enough for YouTube to tell. So YouTube is detecting, and AI is becoming a thing. So that's why they're not fucking around. So you can see the conspiracy, the evidence, and we're gonna have it do is basically copy and paste this right here, and we're gonna say go ahead and create me a thumbnail. So what I'm gonna have it do is go ahead and create me a thumbnail. Go ahead and create me a thumbnail. So I'm gonna just copy and paste this again. And I'm gonna go to the top, and yeah, I'm gonna say go ahead and create me a thumbnail. The message angle is this. So I'm gonna copy and paste this again. And what you could rest and repeat the same thing. But hey, the ones who really put in effort will be the ones who really make it. The ones who don't and your shit looks sloppy, I'm sorry, bro. Just get a job at this point. And I don't mean to tell you or be a jackass or whatever. If you're not gonna put in effort and you're not gonna use my advice, YouTube might not be for you, bro. And my other channel got banned because I was posting methods, and one of the methods I posted included identity fraud when I didn't know at the last moment from a site I was using. And it was basically a site that the Indians was giving me, and I don't trust most of the Indians. That's why I'm encouraging their shit, do their shit. That's why I'm in my own fucking lane doing their shit. That's why I lead the Indians where the fuck the Indians are at. But yeah, create me a thumbnail. I get my content was basically helpful back then, but nah, I'm not finna get indicted for me fucking with some of these Indians that are criminals. So I left comp in the old comp days. Like, that shit is done. It's over with. Oh, I'm never returning. So what I'm gonna do is now go to here. I'm gonna still drop methods on my channel though on how to grow. And I know most of the methods I'm dropping on my channel aren't illegal. I reviewed it. All this shit is legit. Everything that I do is legit. Nothing I posted was fake. It's just the argument's rigged, and the argument don't want to push my shit. And I'm working on that to overcome that, so I could better that and improve each video, so I can use this method along that I'm giving y'all. And it's gonna be a 1 hour video. And I don't care how long this is. You need this to stay safe. And when I go to post this, I don't care if this gets 1 view, 2 views. This should stand up. But yeah, so we go to here. I'm gonna say create me a thumbnail now. So create me a thumbnail. Use these. I'm gonna say gather this news from this article. Create me a thumbnail like the second one, but use these images I gave you of what's happening in the article. And you don't gotta reinvent the wheel. YouTube don't want you doing it. YouTube don't want what YouTube wants, and they're really looking at is the minimum change of this. All these thumbnails looking different. You're not just copying and pasting, right? And it's not mass produced where you're just spamming and you're spamming the uploads. And I want to tell y'all too. So if you're starting a new channel, fresh channel, do two or 1 uploads per day. Once you hit over, so once you cross past 30 days in or 40 days in, then that's when you could do three posts per day. But what you want to do is make sure your channel has at least more than 500,000 views in long form for you to do that, because you don't want to look mass produced like you're spamming 50 uploads, or let's say 10 uploads. That's mass produced. You can't do 50 uploads. The minimum, the limit range is like 10. So remember 10 to 20. I don't know if it changed, but yeah. All right. So what you want to do is go to here so you can see script strategy. So what I'm gonna have it do is create me an image. Create me a thumbnail now, please. Just create it, like I told you. And like I said, you want to create a whole gym chat. So in this gym chat will be shared. Y'all can check it out at, so it will be inserted so you can see 1280x 720p. So yeah, so I'm gonna have it do is copy this. I'm gonna just say create it. I'm gonna say create it. I'm gonna say create image. I'm gonna say still create thumbnail. Create thumbnail. Use the images I gave you. And now what it's gonna go ahead and do is create the thumbnail. And it's gonna go through this and it's gonna create it. So you're gonna see create image. It's gonna go through and create our image. And you can see that it's set right here. So the main subject is on the left. I have a pill to high contrast, black and white. And yeah, so it's gonna basically create the thumbnail. You wanna also make sure every single text on the thumbnail is changed. So you see in the old 2K days, I was doing new VC goods, new VC method. I would change it up slightly, and the YouTube algorithm would pick that up because it's transformative than the original one. And it looks and it don't look inauthentic. And I wanna say YouTube sees from the inauthentic patterns. They see from everything you're doing. They see the patterns, they see everything. Like you see this add this to the minimum change, which is great. So if you wanted to, we could basically have it so we could basically have it come out just like this. So I could say I want it in this direct style, but I want it to be professional like what you just did it. So and it works. So what we're gonna do is Control C this, and what we're gonna do is come in here, and what we're gonna do is go to Control V it, and yeah. So we want to go to here and we want to download this. I want it with gray in this style, but like this. But with the text, you just add it to the Medras last. I like that part. I want to keep this style. And YouTube don't care about you keeping this style, because if it aligns with your channel and you can show in the appeal process that you already gained an 8% and you already have a CTR, and you could literally argue in the appeal that, ma'am, this template works for my channel, and if I stop using this template, then all my views will drop. And yes, but what they don't want you doing is using the same image, Coco Golf, and without adding minimum changes to it. What I mean by minimum change, and I figured this out too, that what you gotta do is so you can use the style right here, you can stay in the same style right here, but what you gotta do is bring a new image, change this up, and get a new image of Coco Golf, and change this text right here, and you can use the same template stuff, but you just gotta change it up and make it original, different than the original one. So yeah, and that's what YouTube is really looking for throughout channels. And what we could do is say swap that out with Coco Golf. So if we get a high quality photo of Coco Golf, and it really doesn't matter, it matters too. So when you're high quality photos, so you want to make sure you're getting high quality photos of the person you're basically making videos. And also I want to say AI deepfakes is over. Those days, and whoever thought that you could, bro, listen, chat. And you got to look at this from a business standard. If you think YouTube is going to let you keep monetizing AI deepfakes, bro, that shit is cooked. It's like you creating an Instagram account and impressing a fucking celebrity. YouTube is not going to let you do this. You need to have value that I'm giving y'all, and I'm going to give y'all niches at the end of the video that I think that's safe. So we're going to react to 2 videos. It's going to be Tim's video, and then this other girl's video that I talk about inauthentic. So, like I said, this is going to be a full 1 hour video. So when I upload this, this is stand up. I don't care if this get 100 views. This is stand up. Y'all need to see this, and y'all need to know about this. Y'all need to know about the patterns of your channel. You need to know this, and you need to how to over better it and how to overcome it, how to beat it next time so you can avoid this happening. So yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to here. We're gonna Control Z this. I'm gonna say swap out that face. So I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna go to here, Control, and we're gonna basically tell it to swap out the face like from the gray one. So we're gonna say keep the same style, but swap out the background and the face. Change the background and the face. So we're gonna come to here. Change the background and the face of the first one, but keep him and the arrows and the text at the bottom. Just add Coco Golf to it in gray. Alright, so it's going to basically swap out this. It's going to add Coco Golf to it in gray. And what it's going to now do is edit Coco Golf. Add Coco Golf to it in gray. And what this does is this becomes not inauthentic. It becomes transformative. And I want to show you that I know what I'm talking about. Because look, you see 120K right here. If we basically go to the script, what you could do is YouTube would now read the script. So if you with the script, if they wanted to, what they could do is they could go to this. They could see the script and they could just take the script right here. Let's say this. Let me show you something exactly. So what they could do is go to Control C it. Go to here, Control V it. They could take the script, see if the script comes from a real article. So yeah. So they can see if it comes from a real article. If it has something to do with a real article, then you're not inauthentic no more. You're actually transformative. And you want to basically make sure your script come out as good. So, and I'm going to basically show you how to come up, how I'm going to figure out the structure and how I'm going to use the structure again next time to come out with a better video. So you see right here, breaking news. But what I could have it do, so I could say, I don't like this. What you could do is minimum changes of this. You could literally change this around on Photoshop if you want. But since, if y'all don't have Photoshop, you could literally use Gemini. So I could say, I could come this one, Control C this, Control V it. Or I could have it do, what I could have it do is basically do deep research. Do deep research. And yeah, we're not going to do that though. So if we wanted to, we could do deep research, but we're not going to do that. So if we wanted to, we go to tools, deep research. We're not going to go to do chat. So yeah, we want to go to create image. And we're going to tell it that we want one just like this. So I'm going to bring in a few examples of Coco Golf because I don't like that one. That one looks not professional enough. And we will just go to Google. I want to go to images. And we're going to basically go to Coco Golf. So we're going to go to interview. So interview ones work really well. So when I'm doing interviews, I feel like those photos do a really great job. So we just want to look at it like it being professional. It not being mass produced, inauthentic, not looking neat. And we want to make ours look as neat as we could. So YouTube could see that. Use this face. We're going to Control C and Control V it. Make it like the third one. And YouTube really looks at this standard and they want to get better as long as they're big. YouTube is a $9 billion platform. YouTube, all the whiteys on YouTube is fucking rich. Even, and I'm gonna tell y'all about the DGE shit. How y'all should avoid that niche. How you shouldn't go in that niche, and how you should make sure every single script. You could use the same structure, but you need new words. You need new words, and if you're getting it from an article, I'm gonna show you how we could change. All right, so what I'm gonna show you how to do now is copy this, I'm gonna come over to this. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna analyze, how we're gonna detect our structure. So we could go to a new chat. We'll just go to Control V. Detect my script structure from this one. Tell me it in arrows or whatever. Detect me it. So we can have it detect us it, and it's gonna basically tell us our script structure. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with the script structure. You see SOC, emotional setup, hero, and backstory. So you see right here, what it does is it gives an overview like this of our script structure. So what we could do is we could use the structure for next time. We can use the structure. So give me a list of this structure on a permanent checklist. And like I said, the ones who start low and the ones who apply this method is gonna be the ones who win. So the ones who don't apply it and they look at me like I'm an idiot, they'll see that they're gonna not make it. They're gonna get hit with inauthentic, and inauthentic patterns, and YouTube won't monetize none of their videos. So what I'm gonna show you how to do now is we're gonna basically create the thumbnail. So use this. Create the thumbnail like I told you. Like this one. But swap out Coco Golf face. And like I said, YouTube has been really bad lately, especially it recommending my content. So, and I'm going to go over to y'all with the ISO speed channels. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the Estimate Goal, how Estimate Goal, XUC, and YouTube is trying to do a good job on. I'm gonna say the repetitions, but repercussions of all this, and YouTube want to make it like an educational platform. They don't want to make it like you're spamming a platform with slop and you're not bringing no value to it. No value. YouTube is now upgrading it to now look like value, and like I said, I have many connections to the upsiders at YouTube, the employees at YouTube. So if you don't think Therese, you don't know what you're talking about, bro, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Apply the strategy to your channel, and I guarantee you're not gonna get fucking hit. Make every single thumbnail look different than the original one. You're not gonna get hit. Promise you. Promise you, you're not. You won't get touched. You won't get touched. So what I'm gonna have to do is say add the white stuff. So we're gonna go to this, Control C this. We'll go to Control V. Add the white template at the bottom of the text, like breaking news, then an emoji. And yeah, so you see right here, so now it changes up the background. You see right here, we got this white, we got this right here, highlighted on her. And you can use Photoshop. You can use literally the back and right. You see this arrow right here, you see the square, and you see they broke up the deal. What we're gonna have it do is now swap that out with this text. So I'm gonna show you the text we're gonna be putting on this thumbnail. So the text we're gonna have AI actually put on this thumbnail, we're gonna have it put this. So like I said, the people who say, "Oh, you'll never do a challenge, you're lazy," shut the fuck up. Hey, bitch, what have you brought to the platform? YouTube looks at me, and I can say I got hit with I got demonetized, but I'm gonna be reback monetized soon because guess what? I have ways, and if YouTube looks at my fucking videos, everything that I'm saying is literally transformed. You can't say nothing Reese gave you was fake, nigga. Nothing Reese gave you was fake. Everything he gave you was real, nigga. Off the Bible of that shit, nigga. And it was like, oh, bro, you talk to employees crazy. I gotta put them in their lane so they can know. Cause if they don't be put in their lane, then they ain't gonna know, you know. So yeah. So what we're gonna have it do is swap out the text. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this image. And I love YouTube and all. And yeah, I just want they gotta do a better job with this platform, like of all the repercussions. So what I'm gonna have it do. Alright, so I'm gonna basically go to here. I'm gonna basically go to this. I'm gonna basically paste this. And what I have it do is keep the second style, keep him. Alright, so I'm gonna have to talk to him. And yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna talk. Alright, so what I want you to do is keep the second style. Keep the second style. You see where you added her. You see where you added her? Replace the second one with Coco Wolf. I see how you did the first one with her picture. Keep that picture and I want you to put the bottom part to like white. So you see how it's white and then the deal broke. I want you to use the text I gave you from that article and replace that with, you already gave me the text for the thumbnail, but you didn't have you said the mattress last. So I want you to keep that same template right there and replace that with that, and then put an emoji at the end, and you leave breaking news, and that's gonna look as good. But it needs to look high quality like the first one, and yeah, like the second one. So yeah. Alright, so go ahead and do that, and keep the square, keep the white square of him. But yeah. And I basically want to say, when y'all so y'all could use a mic, and I use a Yeti mic, Blue Yeti mic, so y'all could use that. When you basically talk to ChatGPT and you copy this and you give this to Gemini, it helps produce your thumbnail, and it helps produce so it don't come out sloppy. Instead of you just typing, it comes out the directly way you want it. So I know that this works really well, and yeah, so it works really well, and y'all can apply this to your channel as well, and y'all can apply this to your channel as well. But I know this is helpful for the ones who can't really type, and the ones who's autistic, and the ones who's a little sped, or if you have a disability problem, you could just talk to it in a microphone, and they can understand you, and you could just relate this over back to Gemini, and Gemini is going to basically give you the example of what you already said. So yeah, like I said, this works really well, so you can use this. But yeah, and I know that it works very well. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is basically replace this. All right, so I want you to do is, I want you to keep the square of him. Keep the square of him, like, I'm going to show you the first one you did. It was great. Keep the square of him, but I want you to change the image. Instead of putting that girl, put Coco Gauff. So put Coco Gauff, keep the breaking news. I don't want to reinvent. I need to stay in the style because it's the only way I'll go viral if I stay in the style. I just want you to keep everything you got on screen. I just want you to swap out her on the left side and put Coco Gauff, and then keep him on the right side. Like, I love this. This style is really great. So what we're going to do is go to Control-C this, Control-V this. We're going to basically go to this, Control-V this. And like I said, y'all want to apply this strategy to your channels, and we're going to get to the scripting part of it. All right, so we're 42 minutes in. And this might be a 1 hour long video, which it's okay, chat. It's okay, because as much sauce that I'm going to get y'all in this video is going to save y'all. I'm going to save y'all, and y'all going to have the document link below. So I'm going to have y'all show y'all how to script it, how to come up with the title, how to make sure the title is not inauthentic, how to make sure it's different than the original ones that's out there, how to make sure your script is coming out different. You could use the same structure. If you had a structure that went viral, it's completely fine. You could use the same structure. I'm going to show you how to better this shit. And yeah, after this video, and I'm gonna give y'all a pill script how with the, like, read off with the pill letter. So just like this. Yup. So you see, we added Coco Gauff, we added him, we added the arrow, we added breaking text. We gotta do is change the text at the bottom. So the only thing we left to do now is we go to this, Control-C this, and we change the text at the slightly bottom. So we go to here, change the text at the slightly bottom. So, and you're not gonna get hit. Change the text at the bottom, please. So what we're gonna have it do is change the text at the bottom of it. So we're gonna have to change the text at the bottom of it, and you see it came out the way I wanted to. So chat, like I said, when you talk to AI, it gets a bit better, but it came out the way I wanted. So you see, we can use the same template. As long as we're changing the image right here, and we're changing this, and we're adding this arrow, and we're breaking news text in this background change, I don't see us being hit with inauthentic patterns on our channel. I don't see us being hit with repetitious or spammy related stuff. But yeah, but like I say, this channel over here is verified, and he has about closely to about, so you can see more, 200 million views, 172 videos. And you want to look at YouTube as like a business idea. So you see the template. The template is changed. He's using the same template. It's just the image is on to change, the text on to change, and that's what you really want to look for. So you, like I said, it don't matter of whatever niche you're doing, and you want to make sure your template is cool. And you want to make sure your scripts aren't basically repetitive. So yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do now is download this. All right. So now this is where the real part coming at. So now what we're gonna do is, you see this whole chat. All right. So what I want you to do now is go to this, and I want you to copy everything we see on screen. Copy everything we see on screen. We're gonna come over to this. We're gonna come over to Inauthentic. We're gonna come over to deep research, and we're gonna paste this. We're gonna just paste this, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this in a TXT file. So what I'm gonna do is include 2 files for y'all. And like I said, this is what you really want to do. And y'all ask me in the comments. Y'all feel like YouTube should up it and YouTube should really push my video. I think YouTube should push me too. I don't think nobody on the platform brought as much sauce to the table like me. And I don't think nobody on the platform niggas is putting in work like me. It's just my opinion. And I get no fucks about it. It's my opinion. I said what the fuck I said. And if I was in your motherfucking face, I'd have said it to your face too. Nigga. Alright, so we're going to come to here, Control V this. And we want to come to one of our articles. We want to paste this. And yeah, we want to paste this. We want to pull from the source. Pull the script from the source. Alright, so we're going to go to here. And like I said, when you do this, this helps a lot. So instead of us really relying on us trying to copy every single script from that channel, we pull it from the article. We pull it from the article. We come up with our own idea. And this is what makes channels really original. So what I'm going to have to do is give me the script. Pull it from this article. Stay in the same script structure. Give me the script. Alright, so what I'm going to do is give it my old script. So I'm going to say my old script. My old script. And the ones who don't watch this and the ones who don't take action, and y'all be like, oh, bro, your video's too long, bro, for you watch it. Your lazy ass should look through it. Stop being lazy and try to rush it. If you look through my videos, bro, my videos could be as helpful, bro. Everything that I say, bro, is real. So, yeah, you can see right here, it's still getting monthly searches. So, and we wasn't just adding in random tags. So, you can see some of them are died out. But, yeah, you see 5K, and this video did. So, you can see everything on this video. So, what I'm going to do is copy this. And I'm going to have it come out with a great title. So, I'm going to say my old title. I'm going to Control V this. And like I said, y'all going to have access to these chats. I don't give a fuck who you is. I don't give a fuck if you was built with a disability problem. If you was built to be retarded, and you could do this shit. You could do this shit. But yeah, so what we're going to do is paste all this. Don't make excuses why you can't do it. Don't make excuses why it's too hard for you. I'm going to show you step by step how to do it right now. So it's going to do research and it's going to pull us this news from the article we want the script. It's going to create a script. I'm going to say, since my video was about 6 minutes, we could do an 8-minute script. 8-minute script. So if we want to expand it, we got to expand it to 8-minute scripts. And we got to stay in the same style and make sure everything is coming out human-like. Everything's not, I'm gonna do the check on it. So make sure it's not repetitive. Everything is transformative. The script is not coming out in a bad way. The script is not looking bad. And we have disclaimers that in the description where we can put disclaimers that we pulled this news from an article. When you do that and you put hashtags and you put you put the link to the article, and now it becomes transformative. So yeah. And yeah, so and I'm gonna show y'all how to actually so when we get the script, I'm gonna show y'all how to actually plan everything on this graph. So and this graph over here is so this video fully ain't done yet. We just fully in it. So I'm gonna show y'all how to plan everything on here. So we have the script for the intro. We have our script. We have our videos where we're basically gonna get the cuts from. We put in 1, 2, 3. And we just put in arrows like that. We set it up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the competitor's channel name, competitor's title, and competitor's so YouTube know in the URL. So if we was to get hit with repetitions, we could always appeal it and win. And I'm going to show you how to appeal it and win. I'm going to show you how to do that too. So yeah. So it's going to start research. It's going to look through the article. It's going to gather news. And it's going to do its thing. So you can see right here. Now it's starting to gather really news from it. So you see, it's gathering all that news from literally goal of what's related to our titles, and you see that we add this directly to our bottom of our talking about things. So you see, the mentions last. So we want to edit just like we was. We want to make it a bit different, but the title, we gathering the script from actually Google. You don't want to rely on you gathering scripts from your competitors. That way is patched. I'm gonna say why it's patched. There's a lot of these fucking coaches in this space that gets every single thing patched. Every single thing patched. And I also want to tell you, also if your videos hit, well, you could go to @Team YouTube. They will reply, and you could add them a few times, and I'm pretty sure that most of them be busy, so they get millions of messages. But if you go to @Team YouTube and you tell them, you give them the URL and you give them a standard what will happen, you give them a screenshot, and you basically show them my video, and you show them a video of you giving the breakdown of how you do your scripts, how you gather the clips. You won't be hit with inauthentic. But if they can see that it looks mass produced and this ain't educational value where viewers aren't learning, because you want to know, when we make this right here, we make these videos, viewers are learning something about Coco Golf. This whole script itself came from an article. And like I said, being that I'm recording this right here, y'all can head this. Let me go ahead and make this little, but you can see artists is being gathered from a whole article, and this is not repetitive. And you could literally keep the same chat. That's why I told you to create a new gym, and we keep artists in one gym. So if anything happens, all we gotta do is go to our old chat and show YouTube that we gathered this from an article, and this is real standard stuff. And we basically used Gemini to come up with our thumbnail idea, because we had no other ways to come up with the idea. So we used Gemini to come up with the thumbnail idea, and we looked at what worked for the competitors, and we make ours slightly different. We don't want to copy his example, and you want to give it two variations of how we came up with the idea, how we made it different, and how we came up with the script idea. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So now what I'm going to show you how to do is, let's say this for example. So let's say Coco Golf, and let's say this for example. So let's go to back up to here to Google Docs, and this will be in the description where you can check it out at. So you can paste this. So what we could do is basically come to one of our competitors' channels. So yeah, so you see one of our competitors' channels is basically this. So this is our competitors' channels over here. So we can say that we seen what worked in our niche, and we been in it to our own lane, and we made it different than the original one, and YouTube will see that. But if you're lying and you're lying in the pill, you're not being honest with them, the honest truth. There's no honest truth for them giving it back. And like I said, YouTube employees, they're the main bots, so the people y'all chat with in chat. So I want to say this too. If you don't have access to chat, and I don't know, many channels don't, but if you don't have access related to the chat, then that's a totally different ballgame. But if you don't have access to chat, you can chat with them 10 to 5 times, and that will help too. Of them create a review. And like I said, the chat thing is available over there. But if you don't have the standards to create a chat, so if you go to Help Center right here, you could create a chat with them, create chat support, and you could give them an overview over here, and you basically talk to a representative, and you tell the representative what's happening with your channel. You could attach to the chat like screenshots, and they'll get this figured out. And yeah, so, and y'all gotta do y'all thing though, and use this video and not have repetitious thing, and you gotta look at it from a standard. And I know some of y'all might get little brains or whatever, bro, don't be a no-brainer. If you're gonna have millions on the platform, like I say this to myself, if you're gonna have fucking millions on the platform, you gotta start looking at this like a business standard, bro. We don't fucking play games. We in front of millions of people, bro. Millions of people seeing our videos. Do you not know how nobody get that opportunity in a lifetime of it? And we gotta use it as an advantage. So yeah. So you can see if we go to breaking news and we look at basically our other competitor, right? So we go to Coco Golf. So if we go to here, Coco Golf, and we go to Coco Golf right here. So if we basically go to Coco Golf, and like I said, there's a reason that YouTube won't hit you with inauthentic, and there's a reason that they could hit you. So if you're not transforming it like I told you, and you're not making it different, and you're not bringing variations, you're just copying the same related text of the competitors, like what you got right here. You're not making the text different, the arrows different, the images different, then you're flagged. You're flagged, and you're not gonna get no push, and they're gonna look at you as repetitive, mass produced. You're not bringing no minimum changes to this. And they don't mean by minimum change, they don't mean you fucking reinvent the wheel, you change up the whole style of the channel. No. What makes channels different is you can literally say that, oh man, this breaking news style goes with the branding of my channel. Okay, and then how can you tell that it goes with the brand of your channel? You give them an overview. If they go to look at one of these right here, they can see the difference that you add different images. You're transforming it. You're not editing the same template, the same text over and over again, the same image. You're adding different images, and now has become transformative. So you see, keep the same layout, same color, same structure, same pacing. Only swap the text and the titles. That is considered. So you want to swap the text and the titles and the images. If you don't, so it says the key mistakes that you don't want to avoid. What you should do is you can use to keep the format, control variation. So keep the identity. You want to change the background of it, change the template to A, B, characters, split text, contrast. So you want to change the text to color grading. You want to add new colors to it, and you don't want to reuse the same scripts. If you're using the same scripts, they don't care about the same structures. Same structure every time. It don't matter. What you want to do is get new words, new wording. And I see a lot of channels don't do this. A lot of channels don't do this, and they be coming to me like, "Oh, Charisse, because you don't add new wording, bro. You don't add new wording, bro. So you don't add new wording, and like I said, if we was judging YouTube and jury in court, YouTube hit you with the same thing. Like literally, let's go to this. Unlock for Life did an interview with No Jumper, and if you go to here, so if you go to No Jumper, Unlock for Life, he did an interview with No Jumper, and he basically explained how the unban game work. But I basically want to tell you like the same exact thing, but you have to look at it like unban. So, so we go to here, and I want to show you that something, for example. So you see right here 2 years ago, which he did this interview with No Jumper and pulled about 300K views in long form. So. And you see, he basically aired out how the unban game work, and I'm airing out how the like the YouTube game works, and how to overcome like the same stuff. I'm not doing what he did. Like he was actually getting people hurt, getting people really hurt. So yeah, and the police got him up off the streets once they seen this interview. But yeah, so if we copy all this context and we paste it here, what we can have it do is basically. So I'm gonna show you. So what we can have it do is get the takeaways. We can have it do is give us a script. So I can say, give me the script. So I could say, give me an 8-minute script. So we just come over to here. And like I said, this is an interview.
I tend to see my richest clients, the richest ones in those industries that we talked about, tend to be the ones that, usually they're more laid back. They're like, okay, I'm owed the money, I'll get this money. They're already multimillionaires as it is. So it's like, okay, I'll pay this guy to let him attempt to get my money back. And for me, these are services that I don't never even like advertise. It's just word of mouth from one person. Like, yeah, bro.
And yeah, so what we're gonna do is go to Gemini right here, and like I said, he did an overview of No Jumper back in 2 years ago, 2024. So if y'all check that out, but yeah, so what I'm gonna do is basically go over to here.
So our number one, who's my clients? Trappers, scammers, OnlyFans models.
Right, and so let's get into that.
He basically aired out too much of the game, but yeah, you can see this right here that he had timestamps. So you basically want to put timestamps for each part of the intro, and that's what makes it transformative. So I see a lot of channels don't do that, but I'm gonna basically show you how to source it, how to come up with it. So what we're gonna do is go back to the Gemini chat right here, go back to Gemini.google, and what we're gonna do is come back over to here. So it might freeze up a bit. My bad, it's my PC. But yeah, you can see, so if we basically scan this, and if you get monetized checkers, and the ones who really take action, the ones who actually, you listen to my knowledge will be the ones who win. So you're not relying on you gathering the scripts or you replicating. These news right here is coming from actual articles, and it's now become transformative. So yeah, so you're not at risk of getting hit with inauthentic. And if you do, you can appeal it and you fucking win. 100% chances, bro. So, and I'm gonna make sure I give you a templated thing. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I give you a template to how to basically appeal it and how to win with the template. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna control V this, paste this here, and now what I'm gonna do is basically give you a template. So the template will be on the Google Docs link, and yeah. Now what I'm going to do is make the template. Alright, so go ahead and make me Chico of the template, how to appeal inauthentic. So if I got to tag at Team YouTube on Twitter for any niche that I'm doing, and I could tell them, like, read off my scripts. So if I'm using AI to get my scripts, but deep research, I can explain them how I do my scripts, and I can explain to them how I get ideas from my competitors' channels, like for the thumbnails, but I make mine slightly different, but in the same format, but slightly different with different text, different images, slightly different, but I don't want to reinvent the wheel or overuse my brain, so I could come up with that idea. And you can give me a template for that. So we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to use what already worked, but we want to do our own original idea. So you could put that in the template. So if we're reading this off the YouTube would know, so we could win in this appeal. And yeah. So what you want to do is go to this. You want to go to deep research right here. You basically want to paste it. So what I'm gonna have to do is give me the script. Give me a 8-minute script from this news, please. So we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna tell it give me an 8-minute script. So if we go to this right here, what I can have it do is basically tell me, inauthentic appeal script template. So where I can read it off and win every time. I need an appeals template so where I can read off my niche. If my niche is Coco Wolf, if I'm doing tennis or whatever, if I'm doing educational animal videos, I can read them off. That here's look, I can show my competitor's channel that I get ideas from here, and I make mine slightly different. But I can even we can use AI to generate the thumbnails if we don't have thumbnail ideas in the top of our head, right? And you two want to look for that, like the minimum change of this. So we'll go to here. We'll basically paste this. Like I said, now what it's gonna do is give us a whole template. So you can see competitors this, and this you see niche. So you can see, so got it. So, and like I said, this template. It says, you're basically doing sensory inspiration. It says important reality check. So you don't mess this up. This works only you are adding your original things. You are not copying scripts. You are not copying. So yeah, and if I show YouTube though, if that one of my competitors, I'm pretty sure YouTube won't care. I'm pretty sure they won't care that I showed them one of my competitors, and I could tell them in appeal that I don't want to lose my brain, and I want to do what already worked, but I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to do it in my own way. So if I'm getting ideas from the competitor, I can literally use AI, give AI a thumbnail to say, give it my bio, give it a screenshot of both of our channels, and it makes the thumbnail in the same exact style, but way, way different where nobody can tell that, hey, we got it from that style. And that's what become transformative. We're not re-uploading the same scripts over and over again. We rewording it. We make ours different, and we bring our own new words to the script. And like I said, this whole self thing below will be in the description. We could check it out at. So like I said, and we got Tim's Danny Laval's video to react to. We got also this other girl's video to react to. So this is really my intakes in a full course, how to overbeat inauthentic and how to beat these patterns so you don't get hit no more. And like I said, if you use this right here, you will definitely be winning. So yeah, you can see niche idea right here. So search channels right here, last 30, 90 days, highest views, and yeah, you see competitors. So it's just hook styles, 5 to 10 seconds in, video variation style. So yeah, and you can see templated lines. So this is, I've analyzed the competitors. So I analyze the competitors' understandings, structure, spacing. I do not copy their content alone. You can show them on screen. And I can show them on screen of me hovering over my competitor's channel and me getting my intakes, how I come up with ideas for my thumbnails. Just so I don't reinvent the wheel, so I can have ideas, because YouTube is a harder game to come up with ideas, you know? But we get ideas from them, but we do it in our own way, and that's what YouTube really want. They don't want you to reinvent the wheel. They don't want you don't reinvent the wheel. They want you to use proven thumbnail ideas for you to go viral, because if you reinvent the wheel, then there's no way you standing out. And what you could do is you could take already working thumbnail styles from other niches, and you could bend it over to your niche. And YouTube has no problem with that. And yeah, so you can see, study the top thumbnails in the niche, extract emotional styles, layouts, color contrast, then variations. So you can see different images, different text, slightly different emotional angles, and you can see do not reinvent the wheel. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. Core philosophy, you see use proven formats, change exclusion not structure. So you see templates. So you can see change the text on the screen, change the title, and yeah, you can see you're clicking. So this is what you're right about and the important thing. So this is what you're thinking about this. So yeah, the correlation. So what we'll do is, so yeah. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to do this. All right, so let's say if we're basically gathering news from these articles about Coco Golf, and we gather news from here, we basically see what works from the competitor's channel. When we replicate it, how should our angle be for YouTube to not detect it inauthentic? But we want to use a few of their keywords, but we want to do it in our own way. And we could start going to Google, gathering Coco Golf. We could type out Coco Golf. We could bring AI articles, and they can come up with titles. Give me a prompt so we replicate from any channel, and we could also so we could go to another niche We could take the already proven thumbnail framework and bend it over to ours. Give me a prompt so where we could do that. Tell me examples. Oh, if this was this, then you should do this title. And if you're in the same sub niche, then you should do this. Give me examples. And like I said, you doing this right here in the private niche frameworks to your channel, y'all gonna be winning, bro. Y'all gonna be winning, bro. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is go to this. We're gonna copy and paste it. So yeah, you can see the core ideas. So same structures. You can see this is the full video reverse engineering the titles. So you can see right here. So if we're doing Kogo original patterns, we can do baseball versions. We can do this football versions of this. Yeah. So you can see Kogo Wolf, Clinic. But yeah. So YouTube looks at the patterns of the titles and yeah. And examples, you can see anger. You can see yeah. So and if I'm in the same sub niche as Coco Golf, I could do Coco Golf, but I gotta show me the examples where I should change up the original. So my competitors are doing one with Coco Golf. How should I make mine different? I use a few keywords from theirs. I make mine a bit different, so YouTube can't tell that we stole their ideas. We stole their ideas and we came up with our own ideas. And like I said, if you read out this template or this docx link right here, this will work for y'all. But this is really how you're supposed to do it. And remember, you're building a business. You're not building a brand that's going to bring you fucking 2 cents or 1 cent and then it's going to die. You're building an actual business that could blow up years from now. So tennis can stay around as long as you want it. Like I said, there's many. You can sub these down to old school tennis, many more. But yeah, so tennis go as long as you want it. So easy. Your versions, save variations. So you can see right here. The save variations, why, sub this, and then you can see story variations, and then you can see the save variations. So you can see, you write this, and we can show the examples of our competitors. So yeah, you can see competitors. So competitors use this your version. So we do this. So instead of us copying this example right here, copying this starting, we basically do this. Your versions right here, and we do this, and we change it up slightly, and we make ours a bit different. That's what YouTube is really looking for. And that's what YouTube is a bit looking for. YouTube don't care if we're using a few keywords from the title. They just want to say if the competitor's basically using the starting of the basically the character at the starting, then we do duh or why they did this. Or instead we give like our intakes, and there's an edge notation way we can do like what you told me, like you gave me a green, red, blue. There's a way we could do that. So ours look transformative. Ours don't look like we stole the idea and we basically replicated. We make the title exactly the same. No, that's bad. And yeah, but what I'm gonna say too is that's basically what YouTube is looking for. YouTube don't want that. And like I said, you call me an asshole, whatever. I know what the fuck I know, and I've been in this game longer than y'all. And yeah, I've been in this game probably longer than Speed. Speed got sacrificed by Aiden Ross in 2021. If that nigga Aiden Ross ain't helped Speed wouldn't be as big as he was. And Speed did have his own shit. But that nigga got a platform by Aiden Ross, and when Aiden Ross started putting that nigga Speed on, Speed really blew from there. But yeah. And I don't want to feel like I'm talking about bro or I'm being a hater or whatever. I said what the fuck I said. It's bottom line to that. But yeah. And we all get our money the own way. Every single niche of ours is different. Every single template of ours is different. I said what the fuck I said, and yeah. And Aiden Ross know he did. That's why. And Aiden Ross is a cool person, but yeah. And Aiden Ross is a cool person. He know he put Speed on though. If it wasn't for Aiden, Speed wouldn't be where he's at right now. But yeah, so that's all I have for y'all though today. And we're gonna actually react to Tim's video, and then I'm gonna get my intakes on this. What I really think, and then how you should overcome this and beat this over time. So yeah. So this is really how you beat this, and yeah. So what I want to do is let's go to here. Let's go to actually Shift Control Z. Go right back. So we're going to use all these bigger text. All right, so we're going to keep everything on screen. So what we're going to have to do is make this little. All right, so this is, you're not copying the competitors. You are extracting the viral patterns, and we're building it in our own way. So you can see 100 viral title ideas. So you can see this. So just tell me this. And yeah, so if we scroll up a bit, you can see bad. So if we rewrite the fully, so we write this fully right here, this is bad. So you can see that's just rewording. We want to change the perspective, change the proposal of the video, make ours slightly different, and AI is really good at helping with that. And yeah, so that's why I want to tell you. So you can see right here, our green flag is, if we basically use this right here, react to this, we want to use green. So how golf coaching decisions impact women's tennis. So we want to change ours slightly different than the original one. And yeah, we can get a few keywords from it, but we want to change it slightly different from the original one. And that's what YouTube is looking for. So YouTube want to look for something that's like original and something that's not inauthentic. So inauthentic patterns, not looking to slowly seem like the competitors, but yeah. So yeah, that's all I have for y'all to do today. And we're gonna now react to Tim's video. So we're gonna make this a bit little, and I'm gonna show me an example. So you see this right. So we go to this, and also, so you can make me a prompt for the title. So if I bring you my bio and I give you my competitor's title, we could basically stay in the same. We could stay in the same angle of my channel, but I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I just want to change it up slightly so where YouTube could think I came up with the original idea and I didn't just copy their entire idea of their channel. And I also want to tell you the intakes on speed. Now I'm going to tell you the intakes on speed. What I think about these basically these spam related channels. And I'm not being a smart ass, but these channels barely put in effort. And the only thing Speed really got popularity off is his fucking editors. His editors and his clippers.
Cooking.com has all kinds of states because some want a house in the desert.
And his fan base, him entertaining. If he's not entertaining, then he's not going to gain love. But if he's entertaining and he's doing what he can do, then yeah, he will gain love. But yeah, so we go to this. We copy and paste this. This is the whole template of stuff. This is the inauthentic appeal sauce. And this will be below where y'all can check it out at. So like I said, you can see right here. So you get originality, performance, angles, emotional lens, information, purpose, but you change. So you see, if you're same video, same story idea, same emotional framing, same wording structure, that's bad. It becomes weak over time. So yeah. So like I said, we can use the same structure order. We just gotta change the wording. So like I said, we can use the same structure order. We just gotta change the wording. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We already went viral. We don't gotta change the structure. We need to change the starting of the wording. The wording is the most intriguing fucking part. The wording. We don't want to make the same wording just like our competitors. Then we're gonna look reused. We're gonna hit reuse. It's gonna be inauthentic. Inauthentic patterns of the channel. So if I basically showed y'all, and to me this is inauthentic right here, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm a big Speed supporter. I love Speed. Speed noticed me before on my Instagram stories a few times, so I don't want to be like I'm being a smart ass, but you can see that all these clips right here gain this amount of views just from him entertaining and shorts. He does shorts, but these shorts ain't really that good. And you know, so he only has 4 channels, so you basically want to use the variations I'm giving y'all. So I need to make sure every single thumbnail looks different from the slightly changed, so you can see Speed. What he does is he adds different text right here, so you can see he adds this text, and it looks slightly different from the original one, and that's what makes the album want to push channel. So yeah, and yeah, so we could go to this, copy and paste this. You can see, so you can reuse the title structure, reuse the niche structure. You should not only change the wording, change the copy and emotional mirror. You should focus on new angles, new emotional, and yeah. And also, I'm gonna get my intakes on it. So scripts, when it comes down to scripts, YouTube don't care if we use 3 structures. They care about the wording of these scripts. Are these scripts real or fake? Are these scripts fictional? Or are you gaining this from articles? Or are you just taking everything from other competitors' channels and you're just rewording it and it don't look real? And is this stuff people could go and look at and see it for themselves or no? And that's what YouTube really looks for. And yeah, so we go to this. We'll paste this here. You can see what YouTube actually cares about, and you're right. So YouTube does not read your scripts aside. This is words. This is AI fake. So you can see it reads this. What does the quality means the YouTube version? It says you're already closer than this. Note this. And yeah, so YouTube don't care about this is bad content. Making up fake stuff, making up fake events, stuff that never happened, that's bad. You can see, so you see strong strategies, same topic pool, new angle, adding insights or framing different emotional lanes. But yeah, and when y'all think, oh, TV, you're military, bro, trying to blow up the way it is, because yeah, bro, because I'm smart. I have methods, and I just gave y'all my method. All I gotta do is attach this file to one of my chats, and I'm good. And all I gotta do is tell it a few things, and it's gonna look this whole template of stuff. So before you even throw it under my shoes and be like, oh, Tyrese, you're different, Tyrese, I don't do what everybody else do. People create crimes, people shoot guns in the fucking road and think it's okay to do that. I don't do that. Me, I'm in my own lane where I'm building up a business, where I'm scaling up channels, where I'm building up channels over millions of views. And I want to say this: YouTube comes with views and subs. We don't let it get to us. We keep going and keep going and keep going and keep pushing over time. But yeah. So yeah, this he does. YouTube only cares about using one structure. No, or no more. YouTube don't care about you using one structure. No. Not directly answer your question directly. So no, what they care about is this. They care about strong strategies, same topic pool, new angles. Is it different from the original one? Can they tell the slightly difference? Like, give me a script, for example. Give me a competitive script. Make me a slightly different script, so in the same structure. So if I'm using for my structure, my channel works, my same hook structure I'm using, make me another version of that script in the same structure. And yeah, so what I'm gonna have to do is make me a same script in that structure, so it's gonna go ahead and make it. And yeah, so, and give me the titles, for example. So say if this is a competitor's title, then your title should be like this. It should be like this, so YouTube sees that as it's not repetitious, it's not inauthentic, and we basically took stuff from the article, but we reworded it in our own way, and they can't detect it as reuse or inauthentic patterns on the channel for the scripts. And yeah, that's basically what they're looking for. And you want to look for channels still active though, but you can see structure, variations, news, explaining angles, originality. You can see title, why it really happens after Coco Wolf is coaching. You can see this script. You see the script is this, and you see this. So you see versions 2, drama, conflict, angle, different feels, events. So you can see title right here, and you can see what wins. So you can give me another example too of what actually wins. What actually wins, and what looks bad of the script. So what looks bad of the script and what actually wins. And like I said, on my free time, I do rewatch some of my videos because I pick up on what I didn't cover, and I pick up on me improving. And that's the only way I'll become a good YouTuber. Like, every single clip, Speed puts out, and I'm not, hey, Speed, don't take this any type of way. If you're seeing this on Twitter, whatever, anybody by Speed's team, don't take this any kind of way. I love Speed. Speed is great. The nigga's the reason why I keep doing YouTube. I want to give up so many times, even when my shit got terminated. The nigga's the reason why I keep going as hard as I go. Is why I'm getting a skill set. And I said, I really told my bro, I want to sell my soul like Speed. I want to sell my soul just like Speed did. Just like Speed did, so I could become famous. Become famous and do my own thing. And I feel like me selling my soul is a good thing because that's what Speed did. I said, bro, I felt comfortable, bro. I said, I want to sell my soul just like Speed did. And just stay as consistent, learn from what lost and what works. I just want to sell my soul like Speed did. Just like Speed, because Speed is, you got 4 from him. And we use that as an example. Like, he's really a GOAT. So, yeah, like I said, you see that I get inspiration from Speed, and I'm not copying him directly, and I'm not barking or trying to be like him. You know, chat? And I'm actually being my own self. That's what YouTube look for when it comes to scripts. They look for the variety. They don't care if you're getting the same style, the structure. They want to see if you're bringing the minimum changes. Is this different from the minimum one? How can they tell the difference? How can they tell the slightly change of this? How can they look at your script and look at the competitor script and see different wording than his, and you're not copying him word for word? How can they see that? Is it just gossiping? Is it just slop? What makes your script win? That's what YouTube look for. So yeah, and I want to basically finish covering y'all about the Speed stuff. So you should be right here. 76,000 right here. And these are all the same clips just taken from his channel. But what makes him not get hit with inauthentic is he has a new thumbnail to every single one. So if we go to this one, Speed Universe, you can see the style. And I run over more than 4 channels, so you can see he has different texture, different font. His designers do this, and they use Photoshop, by the way. So if you see videos right here, you can see videos that these are not templated, and you can see that these look slightly the same, but there's different variations added to it. Different variations, different stories, different framing of the titles, different framing of the images, different framing of the font colors, different framing of the branding colors, and yeah. And that's what make them original. So if we go to click it right here, you can see it might be the same clips over and over again, but he adds minimum change to it. That's what makes them transformative. And he gets different sections of his clips from out of the streams.
We are here in.
Like I said, these clips ain't really that good, so you could get inspiration from Speed, but he only has 4 channels, and this is his unedited channel. That's why I say, me, bro, personally, I'm gonna have more than one channel, because I know it was easier for Speed to do this, and me having channels where I'm actually bringing value, and I'm actually putting in work, and I'm actually knowing that this niche is long term, knowing the longevity of this niche, knowing it's not gonna get struck. I have minimum chances of me making it. So yeah. And you see this right here? You see 108. You see this? Basically, and you see this. This is literally unedited. I have literally an uncut channel just like this. And there's no crazy editing to us. This is slightly all the change. The difference is between that his shorts are different. So you can see right here, shorts is what brings him more audience. So his shorts is different. So he used the same template of text for each short, which we can mute it. We can mute it, so we can mute it and open it up. So if we go to this, because I don't want to get copyrighted with music, because Speed plays music in his shorts, but you can see this style right here is templated. If we go to this one right here, we want to mute this. We want to mute this, and we can go to click this. You can see the same template right here, but what makes it slightly different right here, so let's open these up. So you can see this one. What makes it slightly different is he has this green overlay. And he gets new clips every single time. So he's not using the same clips over and over again, and there's different titles. So like I said, it's what YouTube really looks for. And YouTube knows ISO Speed, and they would not basically demonetize somebody like Speed. So you see right here, and all these right here, these are of him. These are of him, and yeah. So you can see right here, these are of him, and same related template. It don't matter if you're a person, your face, whatever. I just want you to see that these are different from every single short that they post. Like you see right here, this is the DGE style, and this is the basically a one where he's adding glow to it using Premiere Pro and popping, and then this one right here is where he's basically adding shorts and the same thing. So and his main is he has 4 different editors. He has 10 different editors. You got to think Speed only manages 4 channels. Speed, all the other channels you see Speed, they're ran by fans, ran by people who love Speed, people who support Speed. Speed is only the streamer. He's not the one editing the videos, posting. He might be the one that starts up the live stream, but his team's the one that creates the title, creates the idea. He's the one that he comes up with the idea of it, and that's what makes him Speed who he is today. So yeah. So you can see it right here. So you can see that his new template is right here. He has a new idea to it, and ISO Speed versus this. So yeah. So 4 channels. That's why people told me, Trace, you got the minimum chance of you making it to the album, bro. You blowing up because you know as much that these other gurus don't know. And yeah, because I know that right here. One is editors have something built in where they add a thumbnail to it, and that's what makes Speed gets a lot of views, and that's what makes his shorts different. So you see every single short of Speed is different from 4 of his channels. So that's what you should look for. And YouTube looks for that originality of that, and they look for the standard of that, and they look for to make sure it's not just being copy and paste where you're not adding no changes to this content. And yeah, so and I don't care how long this video is. This video stand up. And like I said, I don't care if y'all unsub, bro. Unsub is not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt me. I'ma still post as many more methods. And I want to say money. You need money to live. You need money, and I get it. And I told y'all that I post these methods out for y'all to find ways to grow, to have a sustainable business. So you don't feel like you're not losing hope, and you feel like you got ways so money can come in soon later on, being that you grow more and more and more. And I give y'all methods to stay active, stay basically so you don't get inauthentic or get struck. Because a lot of these channels are getting struck because what they're doing is they're copying the same exact titles over and over and over again from their competitors, and they think when they reword or add a few keywords into it, that makes it transformative. No, bro. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So if we go to search right here, we can see that this angle is taken up slightly from the competitor. And you can see, look, same thing. Why would YouTube monetize a channel like this when we're literally copying and pasting? Ask yourself that, chat. So YouTube is not monetizing a channel like this. And I showed y'all this template. So you can see, boo, best pick. So it basically tells y'all how to come up with titles, how to be transformative, how to be actually really, really transformative. So you don't rely on copying the competitor's word for word. And yeah, now let's react to Tim's video. Tim, Danny Levov. And that's all I have for y'all today. And yeah, so hopefully this document helped y'all. Hopefully this document put you on the right lane. So let's react to Tim's video. Then we got another video we're gonna react to. And yeah, so now we're gonna react to it from beginning to ending. So yeah.
Tricked, entertained, demonetized. Another client of mine hit with inauthentic content. Even the official Bitcoin channel removed. YouTube just hit thousands of creators with the biggest unfair wave of demonetization in its history. And I held off and didn't say anything about it because I wanted to gather as much information as possible and actually find a solution. Because it's not the AI voice, it's not the AI scripts, and it's not even the AI visuals that are getting those channels removed. As someone who just helped 2 of my clients get their channels back,
It's the
after their appeals were rejected, I'm going to show you what YouTube's AI is actually flagging right now and the 6 fixes we use across our portfolio to stay monetized. Plus, at the end, I'm going to give you the exact appeal strategy that can get your channel back, even if your first appeal has already been rejected. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Tim, and I run a Meet Wave, so document the channels that got absolutely nuked by YouTube in the part. I created this beautiful document. At the end of this video, I'll show you how you can grab one for free. It has all the prompts and inauthentic content appeal. But let's first understand what is inauthentic content, because many people think that you are getting demonetized for.
And you gotta think, when you get hit on inauthentic, you lose all your money's gone, all your revenue's gone from that channel.
Using AI, but that's not true.
This is not a ban for AI. This is a ban for y'all to wake up and stop posting repetitious produce stuff. And I hope this video helped. But we got Tim's video to react to, then we got another video after this, an 8-minute video to react to. But his is the longest. That's what's gonna keep us on right now. So yeah, we got this video to react to, and we got this one, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. So, and I hope y'all actually take action. I hope y'all actually look over it. And also, what I want to do too is basically tell you about Zaki Film. So instead of me copying Speed, instead of me just saying Speed, let's go to Zaki Film. So what YouTube sees what Zaki Films is, he posts his original stuff. So he's a 3D animator. So if you see this right here, is if we go to the scripts, YouTube script transcriber, YouTube. If we go to Google, and we see all Zaki Film scripts, we go to YouTube transcript. And we see his scripts, you can see that every single structure is a bit slightly different than the original one, and that's what YouTube really looks for now. We go to YouTube transcript. So we'll paste this here. We'll get transcript, and I'm gonna show y'all the difference between Zaki Films. You can see all his titles are different. So all these are different ideas. He's not copying and pasting the same ideas. And yeah, he might have did it in the old days, but once he started knowing about the new updates of YouTube flagging channels for reuse and inauthentic, he now posts transformative content. So you can see right here, his title matches the script. His title matches the script, and you can see they locked in the chicken. So you can see why soldiers use the chicken. So you can see he puts why soldiers use the chicken. They locked in the chicken. So you can see his starting of his structure right here. Of this structure is a bit different. So and I'm gonna show you another idea. So I'm gonna show you another variation of what that means. The starting of the structure, and when you look for this gives you an idea right here. So he starts the structure off with new words, and you see what's already in the hook right here is some keywords already in the title, and that's what makes him viral. So you can see get transcript. Why did the police watch him? You go to this. He's still next to this. So you can see he puts a few of these keywords right here in the title. He puts 1 or 2 keywords in the title. That's what makes it transformative, and you can see that this hook structure. So if we want to basically scan through this hook structure and we don't know what this hook structure is, I'm gonna show you how we go to it. So what we're gonna do is go to one of our chats we just made. We'll basically paste the script. And if you don't know his hook structure, we can always ask AI, is this structure the same? Is this structure the same throughout 2 of these videos? And they'll tell us. Because off the top of y'all head, y'all won't know what these structures is, and these gurus don't really explain it. And I explain it as well, and I get straight to the point over here. So yeah. We could go to this. Is his structures the same throughout every single video? His scripts, hooks, structures. And this is what YouTube looks for. YouTube looks for stuff like this. And you can see it's just structures is slightly same. So you can see this. So if we're gonna go to this, we could basically go to this. We could basically go to this. I'm gonna basically go to this chat. Alright, so spaces. Alright, so is this structure the same for inauthentic? So this is what YouTube really looks for. You could tell me, is this structure the exact same? Or no, they're different and they don't fall under inauthentic, right? And yeah, so we want to go right here and you can see these ideas are different from the original ones. That's why he's standing in the argument, so our YouTubers keep pushing him. He's not getting 0 view job. So we go to paste this right here. We can see this. All the script structures is slightly the difference. Different variancy. So you can see right here structures. You can see this. So you could tell me if he's using the same script structure orders and he's using different words put into it. Or he's just changing the structures up for each of these ideas. You could check, you could detect it and let me know. And what AI is good at really doing is detecting it and letting us know. Yes, I could break down. It says what I could see, for example. So you can see that is a situation. So you use escalations, fail, integration. So you use tight, tragic, and he used legal right here. And then he has another structure. So being that he keeps changing the structure around. So you could say, so instead of this, same sentence structure every time he use it is. So he use same story pattern types. So he says, does this count as inauthentic? No. Based on this right here, so this is not automatically, this is not spam. Only becomes if you mass produce. If you mass produce and it don't look slightly different. Yeah, so that's what YouTube looks for. And what I'm gonna do is copy and paste this to the chat I'm gonna give y'all, so y'all can look over, so it can help y'all. But like I said, I hope y'all use these, and I hope this helps. I hope this knowledge helps, and I hope this advice helps, because we've been seeing a lot of these channels getting struck, and y'all not knowing ways to overbeat it. But me and my brain already know the way. And it's using live chat or using YouTube employee on Twitter. I know on Twitter, YouTube has a lot of cases. They have over, like I said, YouTube is a $1 billion platform. People just getting struck 24/7 every single day. That's why I'm able to come out with this 1 hour long video and get out a real meaning. So YouTube don't care if you're using the same structure every single time. They want to see the difference between these scripts. Is it new words? Is it new ideas? Did you come up with the original ideas? If you're replicating, bro, what you need to do, bro, bring new ideas to the twist of the script. Don't rely on you trying to word for word copy the same as that competitor. And I'm saying this out my own mouth. I'm not even using AI. That's what's gonna fuck you up. And it's good to use AI to replace, but replace to help you. Don't use it to replace your creativity. Remember that. Don't use it to replace your creativity. Same what Romero said. I don't give a fuck if I talk just like this and I sound retarded slow. I know what I'm saying, and I know this video is gonna save a lot of people. And yeah, but let's finish reacting to the 10th video. Then we got this 8-minute video react to it, and I'm out. So yeah, and I'm gonna basically reverse engineer my military channel. I'm a reverse engineer, and I'm gonna show y'all, because I might take a few days off because I posted a lot of these methods lately, but I might take a few days off to get right, so I can come out with new strategies. So we could so I can do more ways to grow. And yeah, basically my military channel is right here. So this is my military channel right here. And yeah, so if we go to mute, my military channel is right here. And I'm also tell y'all that what YouTubers want to see is, don't do a yay or that. Unless you want to get flagged. This right here will get you flagged. This right here isn't transformative enough for it to, and you see his view job. His view job, that tells you that repetitious, all spammy related stuff. And yeah, so you want to avoid just adding, and I want to say DGE is high quality enough, but if you're going to do what DGE does, make sure it's, and I'm going to say, don't do this. You know what? My flagging me of y'all putting y'all in this like this is a threat to my ego. Don't do this. Fuck it. Don't do this. Don't do it. It's good to look. You can use it for another style. What you could do instead is, if you want to use speed shorts, you can use commentary. Use commentary for the starting of it. And yeah, you can use commentary for the starting of it in the same style, but you see pushing positivity. So, and yeah, but if we go to pushing positivity, this wasn't luck at all. And like I said, I'm working on reviving this whole military channel. It's just my channel been viewed up, but I'm working on new angles because, like I said, that reuse shit hit me a lot with it, and I'm glad I'm able to come on camera, speak about it, so I could overcome this and better your ideas. Because YouTube is now looking at, it's seeing all these patterns of these titles, and when I mean about patterns of these titles, you see right here, it looks at these. So you see, if you're basically doing this and you're not just adding random music of like what DG does right here,
Kaizenet just destroyed Rakai's entire house.
And you're actually adding voiceovers to it and sound effects, overlays, circle effects, you now become transformative. If you're not doing that, then you're in scenarios that get hit. And like I said, you remember YouTube don't push repetitious content. What they push is original ideas. Original ideas. They don't want your title looking as, you can use few keywords. They don't want it looking the exact same. When it comes out looking slightly just like the competitors, that's when that becomes a problem. That's when that becomes a problem. And yeah. So if we go to this incognito mode tab, we go to YouTube, and YouTube is trying to clean up the platform. They see mass reduce AI slop, a lot of channels that don't bring a lot of value to this platform, but that's what YouTube want to get better at. But when you're doing stuff like this that nobody never used, titles like this, and you're creating your own angle. So what I mean by creating your own angle is, if we take this out right here, we take this logo out, we go to this, we use this right here, we can use slightly the structure of it, but fuck it. No. We can use 3 words of it. 3 words of this, or 4 words. We want to make sure. So if we want to go to here and we want to replicate this, I'm gonna show y'all for example. So if we want to replicate any of these sorts, so this is the method is what I'm gonna apply to actually my military channel. So let's say this. Let's say if we want to replicate one of these sorts, I'm gonna show you the good way to come up with the idea. So we're gonna give it here. I'm gonna tell one of my old ideas on my channel. So I'm gonna come to a video right here, and I'm not gonna put y'all. I'm not gonna put you on a threat like that. So that way y'all feel fuck. Nah. It's gonna threat to my ego. It's a threat to my ego. It's a threat for me. I want to put you on the right route. So I'm gonna put you on the right route. So where these gurus can't say, oh nah, bruh. Hey, inauthentic and reuse content. I'm gonna say inauthentic hit us big, and yeah, it's cool that it hit us big. We got a way to overcome this. I feel like and yeah. So me sitting there when I'm up here, I'm inspired by President Trump. I'm inspired by everybody. I feel like when I preach, I feel like I'm preaching like the president, putting y'all in your right lane, for y'all to get in the right scenario. But yeah, so yeah. All right. So what I want you to do is, I want you to come out. This is all I see in search, and this is what one of my on my TV channel. I had a winning title with that, but when I come up with these title ideas, I need you to give me like an overview of how to really come up with this, so I don't feel like I'm reused. It don't come out reused. It don't come out with inauthentic patterns. So, and we want to reinvent the wheel. So what I want to do is go to this. Want to go to this. Want to go to copy and paste this. Yeah, because I don't want to reinvent the wheel, and I want to use what already worked, like a few keywords. If it works for my competitor and it's not oversaturated that angle, I want to get tapped into that angle. But I don't want to make titles where it be like oh, you're just replicating. It looks slightly the same. YouTube don't see the difference in between it. And I don't want to get 0 views out, or 1K views out, or 3K views out. You could basically explain it. Make me a prompt to how to do this. When I'm doing this for my angles, I bring in my bio. I bring you everything I see in search, and we come up with a title idea. And you tell me X, check to go for this. X to avoid this, check you should do this instead. And you can tell me expected APV, average percentage view, and expected APV. You probably ask me, oh, Therese, how do you know? Because, bro, I'm a YouTuber and I plan on making more than 1,000 videos on the platform. So you see, King AK47, he comes up with his own ideas. None of these ideas are, bro, he's the most transparent. That's why I love this blogger. I love this blogger to the heart of it. Like, he's the most transparent one, being at the other bloggers, and he's the most transparent one on YouTube to, like, stay consistent. Like, nobody on YouTube is doing what King AK is doing. That's why YouTube will keep pushing him. So, yeah, but I'm gonna break down y'all the details right now. The sauce, real sauce. So And same with Tramore Ross. Tramore Ross, he come up with many ideas. You can see that these ideas right here, Tramore Ross. So you can see Tramore Ross, 892 videos, and you can see right here, 44K, and he comes up with a new idea, but it's falling behind the same angle. Same angle, you see he's using the same template, but this is really how you're supposed to do YouTube. You're supposed to change the text on it, change the image, change the text at the, and yeah. Change the text at the top, change the image, change the text in the corner. You don't want to use the same image over and over like Dave. You want to get a different image, of course, of David. But yeah, you can see that he comes up with these ideas, and that's how he's able to stay consistent and really do it. And all he's just doing is really reading off Reddit posts. So if you go to one of his videos, bro, all he's doing is reading off Reddit posts. They literally spam this shit in his comments and say it every day. Oh, the only thing we can literally go to Reddit and check for ourselves.
Go-to play for everything arenas, game day ready. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
So, ever since the recent files came, Somber makes me irrationally annoyed. Okay, people saying, holy...
You see, he's just reading through Reddit posts, and this is getting pushed 150 views, and he got 1,000 comments, and you can see, so yeah. So, that's basically what I want to break that sauce to y'all so y'all can know. And you see right here, route title angle, we just copy and paste this prompt, and you see we do not do this instead. So, it basically tells us examples of what we do. So, it puts a red flag like this. What we're going to do is do this. So, you see, good approachment. So, well, actually, ones, greens. How to use U.S. British. So, we use some of those keywords. So we can use some of those keywords, but we bending into our own, so it don't look slightly just like we copying the same exact one from our competitors. We can use some of those keywords. So like you're not gonna threaten me, or you're not gonna say, oh, it's better to use some of those keywords like from the starting of the title or the ending. We can use some of it, but we don't want to copy it exactly, right? And that's what YouTube looks for. And y'all could probably say, oh, you reinvented realtor, you started. Think whatever, bro. Therese know what he know. And I'll be the one that win. No matter what. So why y'all getting viewed, y'all? Keep talking shit. I know what I know. You're just a hater. And yeah, so like I said, I've been through bans, everything on YouTube. I've been through it all. And this new rule that came out, Inauthentic, it woke me up a lot. It woke me up a lot for me to really bring new sauce to the game that overcome it. You say, yes, you can use keywords. This is normal. So we can use keywords, but YouTube do not care if you use keywords like this exactly from the title. And you could give me keywords like, you could give me check boxes and X's of like where I can use from the title. And I don't want to make this title just like the same. That's bad. We don't want to copy the whole exact title itself. That's bad. So, and like I said, I hope this really helped y'all, and I hope this really put y'all on a way. So y'all can know these ways to actually go instead of you relying on coaches. Relying on fake stuff that's not real. Them giving you misleading stuff, them not giving you stuff that's really transparent. And yeah, I'm gonna show you in the next video how to title bend. How to script bend, how to title bend, how to take an already framework from another niche and bend it over to yours. I'm gonna show y'all that in another video, but yeah. But y'all gotta stay tuned for that. But here's what AI did. AI came through and it said this. So it's examples of what you should do in your niche. So it says what? Examples of what we should do, what we shouldn't do. All right, so let's say if I'm in a military niche. Let's say if I'm in a military niche and I do a military. What should I do? Should I take a few of these keywords? And how should I a few of these keywords from my winning competitors? So let's say if you got a sword over 1 million. I take a few of these keywords starting or one of these ending keywords and I could rebend it over to my main. And YouTube don't care that you're getting a few of these keywords. They want you to come with a transparent original idea, right? Put a box on check and the X is going to be a void. You can see there's a box on the X is going to be a void. So you can see right here. So same ideas, use these. And you can see this. So if you see the starter, here's the example. So it's a simple example. Military niche, competitors niche, use this. Bad. And you see, we're been over here. This is a golden safe. So that's what I have for y'all today, bro. And I want you to win. We don't lose over. We never lose. Us losing is a sign of my ego. We just lost it. We lost it, and I'm mad because we lost it. We lost our chance that we had. Like, but yeah. So we're gonna finish reacting to Tim's video, and then I'm gonna finish giving y'all this board, and yeah, y'all can read through this. So we'll go to here, select we'll basically paste this here. We'll go to here, select again. Go to the top. We'll copy this. We'll go to this, paste this here, of which I can read through. We'll go to select again. Copy this, and we're gonna paste it on here. So that way I can have it. And as much sauce is given, I hope y'all actually win and become back monetized. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I have. So what we're gonna do is basically copy and paste this here. Again, copy and paste this here again. So copy and paste this here, and you see, but the fix is in. YouTube looks for the minimum change, like I said. You don't want to have your thumbnails looking exactly the same. You could use the same framework. So if you wanted to basically, I'm gonna show you in the next video how the thumbnail been. So I don't want to give it all out in this video. I want to show you for another video how to do that. But yeah, but let's finish watching this.
To make sure that you actually comply with YouTube policy, because the action steps here are very simple. You can pull up your 5 latest videos, put them side by side with your competitors, cover the channel names and avatars and any of your brand aspects, and show it to your friends and just see if there is a difference between you and your competitors. And if all of you are doing the exact same thing, you're following the same title frameworks, and you're creating scripts that are almost identical with the same visuals, most likely
you will get struck.
You're gonna get hit with inauthentic content. We're not gonna be discussing whether it's fair or not fair in this video.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that over there, but yeah.
You are risking to get hit, and that's the most important part. And in order for you to avoid that, you basically should move from a previous very popular strategy where you just take the competitor.
So I'm gonna show you another safer way to do it. So if we wanted to right here, we could basically take this. So let's say Trapmore Ross. And Trapmore Ross, if you watching this, bro, appreciate you. So let's say you know the Davis situation that's going on. If we wanted to, we could bend this over to military. So this is the real way how you're supposed to really do it. So we can see this right here. So what we could do is basically go copy all this data right here to Trapmore Ross's channel, and we'll basically scroll down. Instead of us doing rap news, we could bend it over to military, and we could do the title bend. I didn't want to reveal this part, but fuck it. Y'all need it, bro. Yeah, y'all need it to stay safe. Fuck it. Alright, so you know what? What we're going to do is copy our entire channel. Go to here. We're going to paste this. And we're going to basically tell AI that we basically want to title bend. So we title bend the framework from other niche and bend it over to ours, like the title of it. And that's how you get viral ideas. That's how you really stay transparent. So I want to do a title bend. So I want to do a title bend from this niche and bend it over to mine. And that's what really like me for me to stay transparent. So this title bend method is out, and that will really work for me not to get hit with inauthentic, and for me to come up with the original idea. I want to basically title bend. I want to bend Trapmore Ross's titles, his viral titles, over to my lane, my military lane, and I want to use it for military. But we're not going to copy him exactly. We're going to stay in our lane, my military. But yeah, not give you my bio. So this is really how you do the sauce. So we go to this. We'll enter this here, and then this is what you call basically title bending. Title bending, so you come up with original ideas, and yeah. And you can even do deep research. You can do deep research. You could use Next Lab, whatever. But here's the title bend. So you see, title bending right here is system military needs. So we do examples patterns. What you're seeing. So you see this. It says what you shouldn't use, and it gives us a check mark. It says direct this, mistake this, swap in words. So you can see we literally do this. So we take what's already working. So you see the truth is we exit that, and we take what's already working. And I'm gonna say, so give me 50 to 100 winning ideas so I can use for my military channel. That we basically took from Trapmore Ross's niece, and we bent it over to ours. What Trapmore Ross is covering right now about the David situation. And you can see right here, so you can see 100 winning military YouTube ideas. You see this is winning right here. So you see this is this. We took what's already working, but we bent it over to our own lane. That's what now comes transparent, and that's what I basically been wanting to tell y'all. So if we basically want to search this, right here, we can see that nobody never used a video on this, and that's how you really stand out. So, and what causes channels to get view jail is your hooks. Your hooks is not having a few of these words of what's in your title and your hooks, and that's why YouTube is not pushing directly. So yeah, you can see we see only one of our competitors. So I feel like that the title bin method works, and I hope y'all use it. So you see right here, highest views, overall score 30, and it works. It works. You can use it, and yeah. But that's the main factor why channels are getting struck 24/7 right now, is because I'm seeing it for myself. It's these lookalike patterns and these repeatable patterns. Repeatable patterns, and some fucking gurus call them title formats. Title formats, title angles. Myself, I call them title angles. Or I'll call them title formats. This is what some fucking gurus do. I got off the shitty ass coaches in the space, but yeah. But we're gonna do spaces here. And that's all I have for y'all. But yeah, that's how we basically been, and that's how we come up with ideas for us to really stand out. And that means we're competing with only one channel right here. You see 50 subscribers. And what we're going to do is basically take this out. And what we're going to do is basically, we're going to bring this over to our window over here. So I'm going to bring this over to my window right here. And that's how channels really come out with ideas. So if we want to go over here, we can have it come out with a script. And yeah. So if I wanted to, I could bring in one of my old scripts. One of my old winning scripts, or one of my browse shorts right here. So I could do this. I could bring this, editors, video clips. I could bring in my structure of this, and I'll have it come out with the same structure right here. Come out with this script and see if it matches the structure for it to go around. And we could copy this title right here. And this is the minimum change why channels are getting struck. Alright, so this is one of my my old scripts from one of my... Alright, so this is one of my scripts from my 45K view video. But yeah, here's the title, here's the script. What you could do is make me a transformer script, but make sure the script aligns with the structure, because the structure already worked for my channel. Just make me a transformer script and do it. Alright, so now what I'm gonna go do is give me some drink, and that's all I have for y'all, so yeah. But what I want to say, channels are getting struck because y'all don't know these ways to overcome it. I've been in the game for almost 10 years. I'm 21 years old now. I've been in the game since some of y'all was like, young. But yeah, that's really what I'm looking for. I want to go get me a pop because I've been up here for almost 2 hours coaching y'all. So yeah. So you can see the structure. So this is the pinpoint. Pinpoint right here, point 1. So we want to use this first right here. And this is hook stronger curiosity right here. So like I said, we can use the same structure order transformed. And yeah, you want it to come out transformed just like this. New words, not the same words over and over again, but yeah. So it says that's what actually channels scale up. So yeah, you don't need to copy competitors. You don't need to do title bin or use. Alright, so even if I want to, if I want to use my 45K view structure on many videos, I could do that. Because I'm tired of just keep reinventing structures. This shit is starting to get annoying, bro. I'm like, Sam, one structure per channel is good. What happens is, I don't care how the structure of these scripts need to come out with different words at the starting of it. In the same structure order. If it already worked before, we can use that permanent structure over and over again. We don't got to change it until, if we want to change it, if we feel like we got to change it, we can change it. But right now, we don't got to change it. You can see, yes, you can use this. You can use it over and over again, chat. So there's no difference to it. But if there's a lot of these gurus that tell you, oh, bro, you got to change your structure. This video been long because I just gave out a full blueprint. And I'm gonna tell you how to appeal it. So this is the full blueprint. This is just you can. If your structure was hook, 3 talking points, simple, conclusion, that is perfect evergreen YouTube shorts for your niche. You do not need reinvent the wheel. Big channels don't. They reuse Mr. Beast structures, documentary structures, but yeah. So we can use the same structure over and over again, but core structure never change unless you need it. So hook 1, 2 lines right here, and hook 2. And with the core structure, I mean, we put some of our, like a few of our keywords in our title and like our starting of our script. So YouTube will hear it, and that's what makes the video viral. But like I said, we can use the same structure order. It's just new words got to come into it. Like you said, hook 1, 2 lines, pinpoint, but yeah. And he says, yes, you can use keywords. You can use, absolutely keep using U.S. Navy, militaries. You see, it says what doesn't help. We put a few keywords at the starting of our script. It's not really. Keywords help. YouTube understands the topic. Curiosity gap. This is, yes, your core structure right here, idea. So yeah. And you can also give me a prompt. So where, if I want to check, so if my script matches my title, so you can give me a verdict, green, red, yellow. And then if it doesn't match the title, so I don't get hit with inauthentic, it could come out as good. So, because I don't want to get struck. So you can make me a prompt for me to do that, like a script checker to make sure my script. And so if I'm replicating from any single channel or any competitor, we do this and we stick to my structure and we get original scripts because we don't want to get a look like scripts. That will put us in a territory to get hit with inauthentic. And we don't want to get look like word. We don't want to have our title looking just like his. That's bad. In chat, that method do not work no more. That method is now patched. YouTube basically rewards originality over anything. So yeah, you can see this. So YouTube does not flag scripts or titles in authentic. Patterns is what it does. Viewers clicking, skipping, retention dipping. But yeah, so yeah, this is the risky of that. But yeah, so what I'm gonna have it do is copy this prompt, and this will be on the whole Google Docs link where y'all can check it out at. So like I said, you could just copy and paste it to one of y'all chats. Y'all can use it to help y'all grow. But yeah, but we got 2 more videos. We got 10 videos, 19 minutes long, and then we got that 8-minute video to watch, and then I'm out, and yeah, y'all gonna be on your own, bro. I already got y'all right with the template mason how to appeal it. All right, so tell me a appeal script where I could read it out to YouTube and I could appeal it, so I could win in the appeal. Tell me another thing of a appeal script, how to appeal, basically appeal this. So if I get hit with inauthentic, I can appeal it. So tell me like an appeal template where if I gotta go to @team YouTube on Twitter, I could appeal it and I could add them and then show them a video of me explaining how I come up with ideas, original ideas, and yeah. But yeah, and we could go to this. All right, so you can copy this right here. So it says, "Hello, team YouTube. I believe my reinforcement," and then you just give them this message. So, like I said, this will be in the chat where y'all can check this out at. So if y'all need any more questions on like how to overbeat inauthentic, this appeal script will be on that Google Docs link where you can check it out at. So yeah, so and like I said, now what we're gonna do is now finish reacting to Tim's video, and then I'm going to end this video off, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one probably. So like I said, this video was just, it was long because we had to explain how to do these scripts. How to do these scripts and how to plan your videos and not get hit. Because if you don't do this, you will be at risk. You will be at risk while everybody else is winning around you. And you're not going to be making no dime. You know how bad that feel? But yeah.
And you clone the exact same thing that they do one-to-one. This doesn't work anymore. Without being creative, without being different, you cannot survive this inauthentic content wave. Moreover, if you get hit just randomly, you cannot appeal and get your channel back.
You don't want your script being just like that competitors. That's when inauthentic come in too. So you need new words, new starting of it. You can use the same structure order. It's just the script got to be original. A script can't be where you got ideas from where you took the same script and you reworded it, you remade it that way it's patched. Like I just told y'all.
So, for example, Who You Guy channel was never hit with inauthentic content because besides just...
And you know who to blame? Blame these fucking gurus. Gurus who spammed it. Blame those guys. Like Ramiro said, and Ramiro made a lot of videos on his channel. You could go and watch them. But he said in his few videos, fuck those guys. And you know why? You want to know why he said that? Because those guys fucked us all over through the years. He lost money from his channels. His channels got banned. Bro, those guys did a lot, bro. And I see why Ramiro is the way he is, and he's cool peoples. He will always be a brotherhood. And then him and Shane hummus, but yeah, but like I said, a lot of these gurus tell y'all bad ways. But I just want to give y'all intakes on these scripts, cause these scripts gotta come out as good as y'all want them. But this is one of my other channels, my tennis channel. But I'm not subscribed to Shane on this one, but I'll subscribe. Shane is my boy. I'll subscribe. But yeah, you can see 1K right here. He's not like those other, and he's not one of my competitors. So yeah, but that's all we have for y'all today, bro. And right here, you want to try to go for 80%. What can do that is good scripts. What can do that is you copying that competitor word for word, copying that exact script. You want to think a script could be fictional. You want to come up with your original scripts. Original scripts, you have a long way of doing it.
Just using 2D animation, this guy also animates himself.
And also, like I said, if you go watch the ChatGPT Unlimited method on my channel. I gave you a method how to come up with scripts, how to get scripts deep research. That method's unlimited. Go use it. Use it. Don't just sit here and I don't want y'all to feel like I lost it. Feel like you overwhelmed. Don't feel like that. Don't never feel like that. Feel like you about to take over right now. That's all we wanted to feel like. We wanted to feel like we about to take over. We about to smoke shit. We about to get shit out of here, bro. And I'm not saying no street. I'm not no street guy. I'm a fucking YouTube genius, YouTube nerd. Like, yeah, just like Tim is.
Self into his videos. However, the Doggy Zubu channel is not doing that, and even though they are high quality, original, using all of those like teams of animators and making, obviously spending hundreds of dollars on every single video.
It's just the same structure, like the same starting of it. The title's got to be a bit different.
Without the branding that Hoodie Guy has, it became very hard for them to apply. This channel was hit, unfortunately, with inauthentic content, and so far they were not able to reapply because, again, it's very hard to prove that you're doing original content if you don't have something like, let's say, your face in a scene. So even though the content here is genuinely original, it becomes way harder to prove it to YouTube, and especially if you don't get the human review on it, it becomes almost impossible because obviously the channel follows the visual and scripting framework from Hoodie Guy, and this is exactly what Gemini's algorithm now tracks. Number 2, break the template. YouTube's AI is flagging your content and it's flagging the pattern. Same title structure, same thumbnail layout, same script opener, same visual rig, video.
And the thing is, between him and Tim, he didn't give y'all nothing. What he wants you to do is join his course. He don't give y'all no docx links for y'all to click. Me, I'm the one to do that. So he wants you to buy from him. So you see, he wants you to join his course for you to pay for it. I don't do that. I don't do that course stuff. I don't believe in courses. I think courses are scams. So yeah, but Tim's legit though. But me, I don't do that. I give y'all the sauce y'all come for. So and yeah, he could be as good as he is, but some of these gurus aren't. Like nice people, they scam. But yeah. But like I said, that's all I have for y'all, bro. And y'all don't have the appeal script. It's given to y'all, bro. And you can check this out, redo it if y'all want. But yeah.
After video, if you repeat yourself and if you double down and overuse some frameworks, YouTube is gonna flag your channel and you will basically risk getting removed for inauthentic content. For example, this guy who obviously I found his video on Twitter about him getting hit with inauthentic content, and if you look at all of his videos, they all start the same. He starts with the same.
And if you don't know how to come up with ideas for your videos, instead of you relying on copying competitors, instead of you relying on copying competitor shot, what we could also do is come to this show more. And like I said, I don't care if this is the full course, full 1 hour course. So we could go to this, we could copy this, we could have AI gives us ideas, we could type in like Google for ideas for. So give me. We just come in here. We copy and paste this. Give me keywords. I type in Google for ideas that aligns and matches my channel niche identity angle to not get flagged. So it's going to give us keywords we could type in Google, and yeah, so you can see right here, you exit these, don't type these in. It says you do not need these. But what we could do is we could type these up and see news about these. We could gather the article to here and bring it to AI, and we could get the script. So there's another way we could do it. Give me 100 to 300 keyword ideas to search in Google that matches my niche. It gives me 100 to 300 keywords ideas we could search in Google to match our niche, and you can see we got this at 12. So if we're going to go to here, we can see new news out about this, and we could literally bring AI this article. So we could bring AI this article, and we could have AI give us a script to it. So like this. So if I wanted to right here, all I could really do is go to this article right here, and I can see, look at the article, review it, make sure nothing's politician's in it, and I can have it basically reword this text, and then for our niche, so we don't get flagged. And this will save y'all. So all you just do is give AI your bio. And like I said, this will be in the description on the link where you could check it out at. So everything you need, it would be in the description where you could check it out at. So yeah, everything you need, all the sauce, all the details you need will be in the description. Like I said, I rest and repeat it again. It will be in the description on the Google Docs link. Like I said, I'm just up here to coach y'all. Whatever y'all do with these channels is what y'all do. So if y'all use this knowledge, y'all don't. That's on y'all, bro. I know who's safe and who's not. And I know who got access to most of these DocX links and who don't. So yeah. And y'all will have access to it once I give y'all access to it. Like I said, I made it. Y'all see me make it just now, but yeah. So you see the script. The script does is come out in the same structure. And it comes out with a transformative title, so we don't copy that exact. You see right, when it comes out with a transformative title, what we'll do is we'll A/B test the script. So we'll A/B test the script. I'm gonna go to this right here. A/B test this. A/B test the script. Scan for inauthentic patterns. And inauthentic comes from the scripts of the sorts. Overall verdict: original. The script is original. Commentary is it sound like educational, not repetitive. So if from YouTube's policy standpoint, this is safe. So yeah. So the script is safe. It's all about having great scripts. It's all about having original ideas. It's not all about replicating from channels. It's about, you could get ideas from a channel, but when you're trying to replicate the title word for word in a script in the same structure, bro, that's when it comes out inauthentic, bro. And there's no way for you to sit down and be like, oh, you looked at it and then you did this. No, bro, you copied them, bro. AI comes out with the same exact shit once you tell it to do it. But yeah. So we copy and paste this here. And like I said, this whole cheat sheet alone, you can look over. And Tim probably would have charged like $300 for one. But me, I give you out for free.
Same exact opener, he has the same blue shirt, the same pose, the same first scene in all of his videos, and even his scripts, they are different, like the only different...
And you don't get flagged for black and white templated. Templated comes in CapCut.
And his scripts are the situations, but however, the structure always stays the same. And yes, it worked in 2025, it even worked at the beginning of this year, and this made even myself thousands of dollars because I would double down on any framework that worked for me. It doesn't work anymore. And you have to make your content different enough. Like your content pieces should be different from one another, otherwise you're risking to get hit with inauthentic. And obviously, if you you're doing your content with AI like this guy, it would become almost impossible for you to get accepted to the YouTube program back, because honestly, if this content costs nothing, YouTube doesn't really care about it. If 3D animated channels has a chance to reapply and get a human review and get reinstated.
And you don't want to use the same title. You want to change it up to a different one. You can use the same structure. Structure don't matter. It's just you don't want to use the same wording every single time for every single script you do.
Those channels don't. Pretty much like happened to one of my clients, because the only mistake we did in this case is we kept our titles repetitive. So across multiple videos, like.
And you want to use safe titles. So what I'm gonna have it do is you can also ask AI to give you safe titles. But yeah, so we'll go to here. Give me safe titles. Safe titles, please, on a list that matches my script. So here's safe titles we could do on a list that matches the script. So you can see right here we got safe titles we could pick from. Core viral idea style, best for you. So we could pick from this. We could pick from this. We could pick from this. And yeah, so if the angle is oversaturated, we just bring it back and tell it, and it will give us ideas. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is copy and paste this to literally the Google Docs link so I can have it. And yeah, and this will maximize the chances of you going viral. So it's just not going to directly copy the whole script alone. It's going to make it strong, safe, originality, structure, strong, retention can be improved slightly, but yeah. But we do the verdict check of that before we post that. We check the verdict of that script, and that's what determines if it's going to get pushed, if it's going to go viral, if the YouTube algorithm is going to like it. You don't want to have scripts that's repetitious, and yeah, you're gonna be in a mode where you won't be able to make no money from YouTube if you do that.
10 plus videos, our titles were pretty similar to one another, and this is why my client was one of the first ones in the 3D space to be hit with inauthentic content. And obviously this is the client that we got back within probably less than 3 days, because obviously he creates original high quality content, and his scripts and his videos were not repetitive. So this made this case study way easier. You can obviously search him up and find all of his videos, but basically if you're not repeating yourself in your scripts, if your formats are not repetitive and you only made one mistake.
That's literally what I told y'all.
Like in this case, it was a very small one, the titles. Most of the time you can, draw some public attention on Twitter or X and get your channel back, like we did it in this case. Or, for example, another channel that got removed that was not able to reappeal or be accepted back is Hollywood. You've probably seen his videos. He blew up to crazy numbers with high quality animation, but then the problem with that is his animation is very simple, and if you look at the most popular videos, they even look like they were pre-recorded in some kind of a game like GTA or whatever, like a simulator. That's one.
And them titles don't look transparent enough too. They don't look transparent enough. They don't look educational enough. They look slop titles. And if that's a phrase, I never said that before, but that's what you call actual slop titles. Bad title, like, let's go back and show Tim. You can see right here what he showed. Well, then AI guard this, bro. Come on, bro. This ain't educational enough, bro. This is animal life or, bro, come on, bro.
Some kind of a game like GTA or whatever, like a simulator.
You see why he got hit.
But then also, if you read the scripts, you will see that scripts are not different from one another.
Scripts are coming out the same, and that's bad.
The only thing that he changes is the situation, but the storytelling structure stays the same. Again, it doesn't work in 2026 anymore. You have to make
it's patched. Chat is patched.
Scripts different from one another, otherwise you're risking to get hit. Same transitions, same 4 AI sequence. The only thing that is different is topics, but it's not enough. So if you want to learn something from it, you need to run at least 5 active formats on your channel at once. You need to rotate through all of those formats so it doesn't look like you're just copying and pasting the same exact material. And you should also keep your title style, thumbnail composition, and script structure different across the 5 formats you have. And you can also audit it monthly or weekly, take the last 20 uploads if it's the same title formula or script formula. Make sure that you rewrite your content as soon as possible, or even private the videos that you find.
And make sure your script matches your title.
Repetitive. This is the example of what you should 100% avoid. The lonely man met the secret wife at the hospital, changed to the lonely husband met the secret wife in the car. This is what, again, we would do ourselves back in 2025.
But it's now patched because of fucking gurus.
We would generate thousands of dollars with it, but again, we have to adapt and we have to change it moving forward.
I want to say big shout out to my boy Tim. Tim, go subscribe to Tim. So if this video, I don't care how many views this video do. It could do 100 views, 200, 300. It could get view jail. When I go to post this, bro, Tim deserves more love, bro. Tim, I love bro's personality. I love how the way he explains things. He explains things better, and he inspires me to come on camera to do these amount of videos. Him and Ramiro and Shane.
I prepared a custom code prompt for you. That way you can check whether or not your titles are being repetitive or your scripts are being repetitive. All you need to do is to obviously grab this document. This is the first link in the description, and you just copy and paste those prompts. One is for repetitive checkout basically, and the other one for title generation. If you need help generating different titles, there's another prompt that would do that for you. So again, click the first link in the description and grab those. Now, tip number 3, and this is something that many people obsess over.
You could clone your own voice if you want. Or you could use a voiceover.
Right now, I don't think that that's the main issue with most of the YouTube channels, and I don't personally believe that AI voices alone can get your channel demonetized. However, AI voice in the combination of everything else, repetitive titles, repetitive scripts, lack of originality in your visuals, all of it combined obviously can cause sudden demonetizations. Now, to protect yourself, to fully protect yourself, here's what you need to do. Instead of just creating your 11 Labs voices like 99% of the market does, you can clone your own voice with 11 Labs. You can also hire a voice actor and clone his voice, just so your voice is unique and there's no thousands of people who are actively using the same exact voice as you. You can also, pro tip, use 11 Labs V3 just to make sure that it provides
Custom voice generator.
You the variety of different tonalities, sometimes
It checks the speech, style, make sure it's great.
whispers, sometimes it screams, sometimes
it's bad.
It gives the human emotion, the real emotion, something that is harder
Like the human pacing of the script, the human pacing of the voiceover.
for the algorithm to see as repetitive. Then obviously if you have a budget for that, or you have a long-form content, or you have a long-form channel, hiring a voice actor could be the solution for you to make it exclusive. Some channels hire channel, or in current realities for running a faceless YouTube channel using your real voice, if you speak decent English, could be the play as well. Now, this is the real reason why so many channels get removed. Tip number 3.
Stop scripting your scripts with ChatGPT, but you gotta structure your ChatGPT. But what I recommend y'all doing is using Quality, Gemini, not ChatGPT though, unless you're using deep research.
AI scripting protocols instead of ChatGPT, because to be honest, I read through countless appeals on Twitter of people complaining that their channel got removed even though they were producing high quality 3D, 2D animated channels. But when I actually looked into that, none of them were actually doing anything original or anything high quality, like this channel right here. And again, no offense, I respect the grind. However, when I see channels like that, I instantly understand why their channels get removed and why they struggle to get them back. Because if you read any of the scripts that these guys were posting, those scripts are very clearly ChatGPT scripted. They are low effort.
Low effort, and ChatGPT don't know where to get it to unless you're using deep research, unless you're bringing in data from an article.
The visuals are also questionably low effort, and they basically double down on the same content topics with their very basic ChatGPT scripts. When you compare it to the Word channel, for example, a direct competitor that was never removed or demonetized, you instantly understand the difference. The visuals quality is much higher. Obviously the variety of characters is different.
And higher chances of you see the different titles. It might do how, but it's different titles, different ideas behind the video. Like the script is different. As long as the script wording is different and the idea itself is different than titles, and they don't like Navy. Oh, how the Navy did this? How the Navy? Then that's repetitive.
We do use a.
And I was making those mistakes, but now no more mistakes. I'm cleaning up all my mistakes.
Basic 11 Labs voice, so that's probably the only reason, but that's exactly why I said that 11 Labs voices alone can't get you demonetized. But the biggest difference here is the scripts that are written by AI, but they sound like original new flowing stories. So avoid ChatGPT at all.
You can use Prexit, that works well. You said humorizes prompts. You can use that prompt screenshot if you want.
All costs, if you're using something, use Claude and develop your own scripting protocols that will allow your script to sound better. Check the variety of your scripts with this prompt. Again, the document you can find below. Make sure that you actually understand what scripts work in your niche and you up your scripting standards. Tip number 5, real footage beats AI slop. So complexity is camouflage in this way. This is the tip for all of the long-form channels out there, because obviously most of you have seen channels like that with AI generated 2D looking characters, and obviously running something like this is very risky unless like this channel you start adding some b-rolls, because especially in fitness it's important for you to see what's going on, the exercise, the muscle growth, whatever it is. This guy started mixing AI images with real life footage, adding the variety to his content and making sure to protect himself from looking repetitive from the content perspective, because remember that Gemini also analyzes your visuals. Now, tip number 6, you need to add the net information gain. This is something that sits very deep into the Gemini algorithm, but basically right now Google understands whether or not your video adds something new to the platform, or it blindly
repackage everything that everybody else is doing.
Just whatever was there already. So before you post something out there, take the title of your video, go search similar videos up.
That's what I just told you I do. Search keywords into Google, give it your bio, and we just exposed that whole method. Literally live, and this video stand up when I go to post this.
YouTube and see whether your video actually adds something new to the platform, or again it just repackages and resells the same material that was there for a long time. And if you're not adding anything important, then consider holding off and not posting the video before you actually make it good. And this is why I love branded channels so much, because right now hundreds of channels, repetitive, low effort, AI generated channels are getting removed, freeing the space for high quality branded ones that, and even if some creators lose them by mistake, it's actually pretty easy to get them back. So let me show you the appeal process that worked in our case. Number 1, stage 0. So
if you don't have an MCN and everybody don't, then you can use a YouTube employee.
To say, make sure that you join an MCN. If you don't know what MCN is,
I showed you how to contact them in the chat, and you can use Twitter. Twitter is really great too.
It's a multi-channel network. They will help you get your channel back.
I team YouTube on Twitter and write them an appeal message, and give them like a screen record of you going over your scripts, how you do your scripts, how you come up with your ideas. Because if you're lying, bro, they know that you're lying. They basically have a checker where they see everything on your channel. They know if the script, if it came from AI or you just directly copied it, and they don't care if it's AI. They want to make sure it's original. It's not You're not copying everything that you see, bro.
Lose it by mistake, and they will protect you from demonetization. There were only 5 channels in the 3D animated space that were not hit with inauthentic content, and 3 of those channels were mine, because 2 of them were actually connected to the MSN. But if you do get hit, then stage number 1 is clean up your channel. You need to private all of the repetitive videos, or if the deal is your titles, then change those titles and change those thumbnails. And you need to upload a few genuinely different videos to make sure that by the time you appeal, YouTube can look at your channel and see that you're actually net positive for the platform. For the stage number 2, you
show your full workflow, your screen of editing. You can show Premiere Pro, how you do your clips, how you drag them like I showed y'all how to do. That will work.
need to record.
Never tell me you're sorry. Just be like, I apologize. That's the way. Never tell me you're sorry. Be like, I apologize for all the mistakes I made, but I don't think I made any mistakes on this channel. You could directly, here's how I come up with the scripts, and you show them, you coming up with the scripts.
An appeal video, and this is the video that you sent to YouTube, or you need to have your webcam on, or hire an
Webcam on, or hire an actor.
to do that for you. You need to hard cap it
3 to 5 minutes. Can be over 3 to 5 minutes.
at 5 minutes and walk through the entire process of you creating the video. You should never apologize or
admit you're sorry
that you did something wrong. Instead, you should double down on the angle that he was wrongfully demonetized. But please do not do it if you know that you did something wrong. If you did post some inauthentic content, just let it go, start a new channel, start a great channel instead, and do not waste YouTube's time. Because of you appealing for some bullshit channel of yours that should be demonetized, real creators can't get this real appeals. So again, if you actually think that you deserve reconsideration and you deserve to be reinstated, only then record this video. Show your editing workflow, show your animation workflow, basically show the entire pipeline, your team, and everyone working on the channel. Edit the appeal video itself and submit it through the studio. Now, if this doesn't work, you need to put public pressure.
You need to put public pressure on YouTube. At Team YouTube on Twitter.
Pressure on YouTube. You need to
re-upload a video of you going over your channel on Twitter. Put public pressure on them. Show them everything on your channel.
Post on Twitter. Make sure that you have a community of people around you, or people like myself who can reshare your content, which I do for my clients. Put this video out on YouTube, put this video out on Twitter, and make sure to reshare it with as many people as possible, because the more you actually engage under this video, the better. One of my clients got rejected by YouTube, or basically under their video right away, but the moment I retweeted it and we got like 50 or something thousand views on it, actually YouTube reconsidered their decision and got their channel back. And this is the same thing that happened with Oli as well. And that's why stage 4 is go viral, because in this thread, very profound thread from Oli, a client of mine who just got his channel back. He explained pretty much the same process, that first he submitted the appeal, then he tried the Twitter method, but it didn't work. But because he kept posting on Twitter and he also posted the video on YouTube, they got almost 100.
And sometimes you gotta tag them like 10 and 15 times when I post for them to see it.
1,000 views.
You could ask them to do a human like review and show them like your channel, and they would do a human like review. Because if you wasn't in the wrong, then they re-monetize you again.
He kept DMing and emailing YouTube, showing them that they were wrong, first demonetizing him for repetitive content, then changing their opinion to inauthentic content. And once he started mentioning the law and basically telling YouTube that they have to point at the exact videos that they find repetitive, or the exact pieces of content that they find inauthentic, they just re-monetized his channel, because he did nothing wrong and his channel should obviously be monetized and should be running. So if you know that you didn't break any rules, have to be consistent, you have to go viral and draw the attention of to the matter, and only this way you can actually get your channel back. Do 3 of this week. Make sure that you're not posting any bullshit or repetitive only a lot, and help Ron another. Make sure that all of those good things happen to you.
And I showed you how to come up with high quality scripts. Alright, so the last one we got is this, and then I'm in this video. And I'm gonna see y'all on my next video probably in a few days.
The second your channel gets demonetized, panic kicks in. I need to appeal this right now.
I get it. That reaction is completely normal. But acting too fast here is exactly where things start going wrong. Because this decision right here can either get your channel back or delay everything for months. When your channel gets demonetized, this is what you'll see inside YouTube Studio. A message saying your channel isn't earning right now, along with a reason like inauthentic content. Below that, you'll see two options. Start an appeal or edit your channel and reapply. At the same time, you also receive an email saying the exact same thing. In this example, it shows a specific date to submit your appeal. Yours might be different, but every channel will have a deadline. So yes, you do have limited time, but that doesn't mean you should rush into it. Once you click into the appeal process, understand the instructions before creating a video for your appeal.
Film yourself in a supported language. The language I'll tell you how to do is English. Keep it under 5 minutes. Show your channel URL. Mention the reviewer's feedback. Tell them that and explain to them how you come up with your scripts. How you got original scripts, how you have original titles, how you don't copy your competitor alone. And then what it's going to do is ask you for like URL, and it's going to ask you to paste the unlisted video of the appeal video so they could review it and look at it.
YouTube wants a video of just under 5 minutes. Inside that video, you need to show your channel, mention your channel URL early on, and explain why the decision is a mistake. But what exactly are you supposed to say?
I'm going to say this too. Most channels don't win, and most channels stay demonetized. But if you don't want, it's okay. Create a new channel. This video out is on my channel once I post it. So, all the people that got hit, I want you to watch this video.
At 5 minutes. Just keep it as simple as possible. Start by showing your channel and your URL clearly on screen within the first 30 seconds. Then move straight into how your content is actually made. Not just talking about it, but showing it. Your editing timeline, your script, your recordings, your raw files, whatever proves the...
Make sure you're adding black and white strokes, subtitles, transitions in between that cuts. That's what makes it transformative. Don't just try to do it in a few seconds and think it's transformative. No.
Where it's coming from you, and then close it by directly addressing the issue. If they said inauthentic content, your job is to show why your content is not mass-produced, not repetitive, and actually has real input from you. That's all you need to do. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Now, the part most people mess up is this. They treat the appeal like an argument. They compare themselves to other channels. They talk about how important the income is. They keep saying they follow the rules. And just as important, what you don't say matters too. Don't talk about how much income you've lost. Don't compare yourself to other channels. Don't accuse YouTube of being unfair, even if you feel that way. None of that helps your case because YouTube isn't reviewing your emotions. They're asking one simple question. Does this channel clearly meet the policy or not? So instead of arguing, you need to show proof. If your content is original, show how it's made. If you're using clips or references, explain what you added. What did you change? What did you transform? What value did you bring in? And don't ignore the reason.
What value did you bring into the script? Did you make the script different? Did you add some words to it where you... and yeah, that's what I basically told you. I showed you how to get the script, but what you could do is edit the script in Google Docs and add some of your words to it if you want. That's really what makes it good too.
They give you. If they flag your channel for inauthentic content, then go straight into the point and show why your content is not repetitive or mass-produced. This is the most important part of your appeal. Now, before you go any further, there's something important that a lot of people misunderstand. If you decide to appeal, don't start...
If you're just spamming AI slop without no commentary to no educational value, you're going to get hit.
Deleting or changing your videos first. The appeal is based on your current channel. So once you submit it, your channel stays exactly the same while they review it. When you're ready, upload the appeal video as unlisted. Copy the link and paste it into the appeal form. And make sure you set the video to unlisted, not private. If it's private, they won't be able to access it, and that alone can mess up your appeal. Then you wait. Some people hear back within hours, some take a few days. If you get approved, monetization usually comes back pretty quickly. If you get rejected, that's when you move to the second option, fixing your channel and reapplying later. So before you even decide what to do, ask yourself one thing. Am I 100% confident my channel is clean? Not guessing, but confident.
And you can also use Photoshop for your thumbnails if you want. Premiere Pro, Photoshop, CapCut. You don't even need no freelancer, editor, none of that shit. You can do it all yourself.
I
Fucking
mean,
gurus are liars. Fuck those guys.
you can confidently show proof for everything on your
Most of the gurus are fucking blind. They wear glasses.
channel, because if there are still issues sitting there and you go ahead with the appeal anyway, you're basically asking YouTube to reject you again. And once that happens, you don't just try it again tomorrow. You need to fix your channel and wait before applying again. For most people, that's around 90 days. That's a long time, especially if this is your income. So this one decision right here is not small. And honestly, for a lot of people, the second option is the better move from the start. If you're not fully sure your content meets the standard, then step back, review your channel properly. Fix anything that looks repetitive, templated, or low value, and come back stronger. Yes, it takes longer. But once the
list all the videos that you think is repetitive, chat.
root problem is fixed, your chances of getting back in and staying in are much higher. Now, I know this part feels frustrating. YouTube doesn't tell you exactly what went wrong. It feels like you're guessing.
Yeah, they don't tell you what's wrong with the channel, but you gotta look through it yourself. It's either scripts, and that's where YouTube fuck up at.
Let me show you a simple example.
But that's where you fuck up at as well too, because they can see that the template it looks all like the same.
So you can actually see what inauthentic
And I explained it to y'all how to better it.
content looks like. Take a look at this channel. At first glance, you can already spot patterns. Thumbnails all follow the same format. Big blocks of text. Same layout, same structure. Same style repeated across every video. Even the titles follow the exact same storytelling pattern. And they upload long videos almost daily. Now, when the system looks at this, it doesn't think hardworking creator. It flags patterns like content farm, mass-produced, templated content, low differentiation, spam-like repetition, before it even looks inside the video. Now, compare it with another channel in the same niche. Different channels, but look closely. Same style of thumbnail, attractive person on the side, heavy text-driven hooks, same emotional storytelling structure. If you put both channels side by side, it's hard to tell the difference. That's exactly what triggers the system, because now your content doesn't look unique, it looks replaceable. When you go inside the video, it becomes even clearer. These channels are pulling stories from Reddit, turning them into scripts, adding subtitle
And most of the scripts be ass. You can see it. They don't come out like human-like scripts.
using AI voice narration. Some add stock footage, some add AI generated visuals, but the core
And I don't mean to talk about your content, but bro, I gotta do better on the scripts. Do better on the ideation.
problem stays the same. Idea didn't come from you. The script didn't come from you. The voice isn't yours, and there's no real transformation happening. And this is important. Editing a video does not automatically make it original. If the idea comes from someone else and you didn't really add your own input into it, YouTube still treats it as inauthentic. So in cases like this, appealing won't fix the problem, because the issue isn't the decision. The issue is the channel itself. What's needed here is a full reset, not just changing thumbnail or tweaking titles, but rethinking how the content is created from the ground up. If you're 100% confident your channel was flagged by mistake and you still get rejected, then reach out properly. Send one clear email and wait. Someone will look into it. But if you're not fully confident your content is clean, then don't go down that path yet, because your goal is not to prove a point. Your goal is to get your
Channel back to normal.
back and keep it there. Now about the whole human reviewer situation, you see some creators get rejected the first time. Go on Twitter, get attention.
Cry about it, like crying about it, whining about it. That's the way to go with it.
Suddenly get approved.
It's just tell them on Twitter what happened and yeah, go from there. And then hopefully at Team YouTube reply to y'all.
Proof. From the outside, it feels inconsistent, but not every review is done at the same depth. And
Hey, my main's demonetized, but I'm gonna reapply soon once I hit 3,000, like I showed you at the starting, and we're gonna probably be back demonetized. But like I said, bro, some things mistakes I made and I fixed it, and now I'm doing YouTube growth videos. I went from shorts to now teaching y'all ways to grow because I have ways to blow up channels.
in theory, every
I give value. My content's educational. My shit is not mass produced on there no more. In the past, yeah. Now, nah.
viewer should judge the same way, but in reality, it's closer to how judging works in a competition. Two judges.
And one thing y'all can't say, two judges in the books, nigga. All people make mistakes. You're not gonna be perfect.
This can look at the same thing and come to a different conclusion. Not because one is wrong, but because
I
they're
don't give a fuck if you white, nigga, if you black, nigga, all niggas make mistakes. Nigga.
evaluating within the same standard just from a slightly different perspective. That's why second opinion exists. But that second review only works if your channel actually deserves to pass. As a shortcut, everything really comes down to one question. Is your channel already in the right shape, or does it need fixing? From all the cases I've worked on, including my own channels, I can down you start seeing patterns.
Clickbaits and don't lie in these thumbnails. Whatever's given in the video and the title, you gotta basically transform it. Avoid violent graphics, language, sexual, nudity, whatever. Anything that breaks YouTube's guidelines, avoid putting it in the thumbnails.
And that's the part that needs fixing. I'm not saying YouTube never makes mistakes. It does. And that's
You're the one who made mistakes clickbaiting.
exactly why the appeal option
So that's why I'm telling you how to fix it.
sits. But most of the time, this comes down to how your channel looks at scale. But your job here is not to argue, it's
Both channels share same dark AI art, yeah.
to show clearly what they might not be seeing at first glance. So when you make your appeal video, don't treat it like a debate, treat it like a demonstration. Show how your ideas are created.
Treat it like a business.
Show how your content is built. Show what make it yours. Make it easy for them to
Show what makes it original. Show what makes it different from the original one. I would go to my reused content video, y'all see it, but this is the one for the inauthentic people. Hopefully y'all get your channel back. And comment below and let me know. Don't be stingy, bro. Cause hey, yo, I'm gonna say this. A lot of these niggas in this community ain't not fucking with me, bro, and this shit, bro. I don't care who they is. No nigga, bro. And it's YouTube automation space.
understand. Because your goal is not to win an argument. Your goal is to get a proof. At the end of the day, this is still their platform.
I don't even gotta be no pro editor. I'm smoking most of y'all old niggas channels who was against me a few years. Most of y'all views I smoked. Smoked all that shit. I'm still growing more. I still got many new ways coming out too.
If we really want to earn from it, we follow the rules. Because getting monetized again is one thing. Keeping it stable, that's the real goal. In the next few videos, I'm going to start breaking down the reasons why channel going through your avoid and what you can do about it. If you want me to cover your niche, make sure.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so yeah. And now, like I said, get your channel back. Hopefully this helped. But we out though. Another banger, another Teresa Go video, and we out.